So, let me start off with a little bit of dungeon keeping. Haven't had any dungeon keeping for a couple of weeks. Dungeon keeping! Vindaros, I'd forgotten to double your carrying capacity in your bio.
Thank you.
So I fixed that. It's just for the sort of more accurate carrying capacity and metric, as opposed to the one that they calculate for us. Although I had a look back and it still would have been over when you were carrying that Minotaur boy. Because I was like, is that why that didn't work out?
Yeah, that goes back a while. Yeah,
but no, you still would have been over. The merchant handout. I have begun to correct my work here. So here is the sort of updated
That's
handout.
right. There was quite a few items that were out of stock that day.
Yeah. There's no guarantees that that's not going to happen a bit in the future. But I've started like trying to add a little bit more of the actual information about what the items are. I think the magic items still just have these like little descriptions of what people would say they are, but in the armory, in some places I've put in the proper mechanics and everything.
Wow.
But yeah, so you can have a look at those in case you earn any more gold and want to return to Verdalade. Speaking of gold, I made a very slight adjustment to your gold just based on a rewatch of the video, very minor. But I think somebody might know, somebody had like 50 gold. Yeah, Vindaros, you now have like 49 gold pieces. Not quite enough to buy a potion of healing.
I have no money.
Yeah, well, didn't you spend all your money?
I thought I had some left.
I think you might have had like a very small amount, but yeah, if your money looks wrong, it's because I deleted it.
I see. I am penniless.
And Retty, did you sell this bone comb that you have? I just wanted to check because it's still in your inventory, but I wasn't sure.
I don't think so.
Because there was a bone comb that was sold.
Okay,
but I don't...
that's probably the one then. So yeah.
I'm pretty sure we did sell that one.
Okay.
I don't think we had multiples.
I don't recall having more than one either.
And the other thing was the iron rod, because I think somebody had the iron rod, but it seems like it was deleted accidentally. It's not in anyone's inventory.
Vindaros had it, and he gave it to Retty.
Unless it's in a component pouch.
I do recall we're at the bronzesmith, the smithy, and he asked
He was a bronzesmith.
Told us, yeah. And we talked about it. And Vindaros kept it and gave it to Reddy afterwards because he showed an interest in it.
Okay. Well, yeah, Reddy, you might want to add that to your inventory if you want to use it. And also, I think, what's it for? What spell were you wanting to use it for? It was like hold person or something?
Yeah, that's the one.
If it's not in your component pouch, it'll take you an action to remove it from your backpack as well. So just...
Alright, I'll move it there.
Stick it where you want it. Knowing that. And Twig, you have an extra component pouch, but I put it with the traveling tribesfolk who have remained at Verdalade.
Okay.
Because it's just empty. It was the ratfolk sorcerers. And I think you were like right on the verge of, or maybe being, oh no, you're not so bad. Anyway. Anyway, and I did that as part of moving a couple of things around because Yao Mei, you wanted to move some of your stuff out of your inventory so that you weren't overburdened. So I gave some of your rations to Vindaros, and I also gave some of your other things to the tribes people as well in Verdalade.
Cool.
So if there's anything there that like we're in the middle of combat and you're like, oh, it's gone. Just then we can. That's all right. We can just say that you had it all along.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
I think that was everything. Seems like it. Okay. So. What can you remember from the last session?
We shopped until we dropped.
Yep. That's pretty much
We
it.
ended up.
Good
We ended
recap.
up trying to find the. Oh my gosh, what's it called? The Grimbower.
Yep.
And we were battling through thorns and vines and stuff.
A couple of traps there.
Spike pits.
Mushrooms.
Viney traps, yeah.
Yeah, Twig used Featherfall to save himself from a 3-meter deep spike pit. It's fair enough, he's only a meter tall. Actually, you should have inspiration for doing that because it made sense for your character, even though it wasn't maybe like an optimal thing to do. And I think Vindaros, you should have inspo as well for your excellent negotiation skills.
Yeah, thanks.
Excellent
All
bargaining
those
skills.
family heirlooms. I love them.
Yeah. Everything you own is a family heirloom.
Yeah.
And yeah, so at the beginning you spoke to Elder Mary Laguthia, and she told you about the heart of the forest and how the Treespawn have it, and they're using it to grow their Grimbower. And you have, as you said, been trudging through the forest, through this very very difficult undergrowth, and dealing with all these traps and things. And you reached this area that was like covered in these strange purple fungi. And Retty, you decided that you wanted to pick some of these mushrooms.
Yummy.
And as you pulled one of these smaller mushrooms from the ground, you noticed that there were these tendrils sort of amongst the leaves and things, which began writhing in response to you pulling out this mushroom. And you looked over towards the kind of the center of this cluster of this like field of mushrooms, and there's this large kind of bigger cluster of mushrooms that looks exactly like this, I suppose. And it began sort of moving and like uprooting itself, and it's like long tentacles are sort of moving about, and one of them like tries to like lash at you. And so let's go straight to a battle map.
I think correlation, not causation, Retty would say.
Sure. And which direction are you headed in? You're kind of going like southwest. So add some trees in. Into this dim, dark forest. There's like spores in the air. And a lot of, just like thick, rotten stuff on the ground, leaves everywhere. And these mushrooms, how many of them are there? You look to your right, Reddy, and see this one mushroom moving, but then there are sounds all around the party. Put yourselves wherever you feel you are within maybe this square. Except I feel that Reddy, I might move you to like here. And yep.
We were heading in a southwesterly direction.
I think so.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
And yeah, just walking through this field of smaller mushrooms. These big purple fungi begin moving towards you. So let's roll for initiative.
Just a game question.
Yep.
With Vindaros leveling up to level 5, that's okay to use what he's leveled up with?
Yeah, that's fine.
His features?
Yeah, that's fine. Somewhere through this forest, as you were dealing with these traps and things, you're like... Alright. Let me roll for these guys.
You just suddenly feel like extra good about what's happening. This is going to go so well.
You ate one of the red mushrooms and got a little bit like bigger.
His outfit changed as well.
Mm-hmm.
You are even feeling inspired as well, so that kind of works. And you're up first. What do you do?
Oh, well. He just looks around and sees all these, I guess, mushrooms coming towards him. So he'll ready in action, his spear action, if anyone comes within reach to attack him.
Okay.
I'll just read that.
Alright, Twig.
Okay. Twig is going to cast Firebolt at... Oh, sorry. I should have said which one. I think I was going for this one.
That's alright. Yeah, that's definitely a hit. This thing is just kind of crawling towards you like...
So Twig... sorry. Twig is grasping his staff.
Okay.
His most evil staff. I mean, his most powerful staff.
So how does the fireball and the staff... How do they interact? The fireball?
So he sort of like... sort of does like a bolt-like motion with the staff, maybe, and then like out at the end it shoots like a bolt of fire.
Nice.
Okay.
So
and
seven
then
fire damage.
plus a d4.
Plus a d4, and that is necrotic damage?
Yeah.
Okay. And you also heal 4. Is that how it works? I've forgotten how my thing works.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
As you send this mote of fire out from the tip of your staff, flies across the forest floor and just lights up all of these trees as it glows. It just strikes this mushroom directly, this kind of cluster of mushrooms just directly square in the middle of it. And you hear this kind of almost like squealing, like whistling sound, like you get when you fry mushrooms. This thing kind of just goes up in flames, and it's almost kind of writhes and runs around a little bit in its spot, like and kind of collapses in a burning mess on the ground as you kill it with one firebolt.
Whoa!
Oh, does it smell like burning mushrooms?
It does.
I'm getting hungry.
It's more sickening, pungent. Anything else?
No, I think he'll just turn to Vindaros and be like, "Oh, did you see that? Did you see that?"
Keep it up, Twig.
All right, ready.
Ready notices this squealing sound of cooking mushroom. And he's inspired to try the same thing. So he'll cast Shillelagh first.
All right.
And then move over and hit him with a green flame blade, which I think is okay, right? There's 2 cantrips in one turn, as long as they're not the same action.
Is one of them a bonus action? No.
Yeah, Shillelagh's bonus.
Oh yeah, Shillelagh's bonus. Yeah, that's fine. Yep.
Cool.
That's a hit.
And so, let's see what happens here.
Interesting. It's doing something strange.
A little bit strange, but that's okay.
Oh, I see what it is. Can you see that thing that says -2? That is below the one that you rolled?
So, no, I cannot.
Okay, interesting. All right, so you're doing just the flame damage first, are you? So okay, so it'll take the two.
Shillelagh damage. The 2.
So
Right.
it's taking damage from the flame blade, because usually you do the attack first, wouldn't you, for Shillelagh? Is that how it works as well?
Well, it's kind of the one and the same thing, but yeah, I guess so.
Oh, okay.
But
And then you're doing green flame blade as well, and so it's taking another 8. Oh, it's taking another 8 from the Shillelagh. Okay,
well, it should be a 1d8 for the green flame blade, I believe, as opposed to a 1.
Okay, so on a hit, you deal damage as you normally would. So you do that's the thing, you do the damage with a weapon, don't you?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then you
I
can
guess
also
so.
cause green fire to leap from the target to a different creature that you can see within 1 meter of it. The second creature takes fire damage equal to your spellcasting ability modifier. Okay, so it doesn't take that fire damage.
It does at 5th level.
Oh, right. So that's doing the D8. I see.
Which I haven't rolled.
Okay, and so the 1 is then for that just
Okay,
can't reach anything.
Yep.
Okay. Alright, and that's fire damage. Okay, nice. You take this one down. It also just writhes in front of you and makes this squealing, singeing, sizzling sound as it burns. Just kind of
I sort of like
shrivels up.
sniffing the fumes to see if they smell tasty, and then turn to my next foe, and end my turn.
They make you feel a little unwell.
Perfect.
Bat. This is the first time we've had bat in a combat.
Oh,
A combat.
yeah. Combat. I got a name, Bat. Okay. Can Bat go and
Give the help action.
yeah, health action and then disengage?
Okay, so the way that this works is it needs to. It'll say in
Make
your
a dex check, I think.
yeah. It'll say in summon familiar.
Yes. Okay, winning a dex contest against a creature in melee range, and
All right. So
yeah, okay. So I just roll my dex.
Yep.
Okay, check. Wait, was
Unlikely
it check or throw?
Unlikely to fail. I think it was a check. Okay. Nice.
Oh wow, you're so undexterous. Good.
This mushroom is just kind of like shambling. It seems like it's moving very, very slowly. So your bat is able to fly away.
Come to me.
All right. And this fungus, this cluster of mushrooms that seem connected at the core, it will move towards you. It will kind of follow the bat. It's just going to move to about here. And then it has these tendrils that you see kind of writhing amongst the leaves that you're able to trace back to these clusters of mushrooms. You see these moving again as this one does actually seem to kind of lift up this big like tentacle and just kind of like reach out towards you. And it is going to reach out for Twig and attempt to attack you with these writhing tendrils covered in small hairs.
That's so gross.
But you're able to just sort of duck out of the way as this I guess it doesn't lash at you, but more just kind of tries to kind of lick at your face.
Ooh, it's a bit romantic.
It's it's then going to do the same with another tendril nearby and it's going to try to get your bat. Oh,
Oh no.
bat may already be dead.
Oh no. bat's dead.
Bat's dead. Short-lived. Yeah, you see this kind of tendril sort of like sensing around these little hair, these fine little white hairs on the end of it. It kind of moves towards the bat and just kind of like sucks at it. And it is enough to just send this necrotic energy through the bat, and you just see the bat kind of like, and it just sort of falls to the ground and kind of hops around like trying to flap its wings and just falls on its back and then like just dissipates and disappears. Alright, this other patch of mushrooms over here is going to move a meter towards Vindaros, and it is going to reach out and attempt to scrape you with its tendril. But it misses.
Oh.
And it will... I don't think it can reach anything else. That's all it does. Yao Mei.
Well, seeing all of this, I have watched this bat just kind of into smoke and ash and nothing. So I'm going to do my best to move forward and avenge the poor creature with my fire sword.
All right, and you got
You have
advantage on this
advantage.
one.
Oh shoot! Even with the bat gone.
Yeah, even with it gone.
Okay, well, I didn't roll it with advantage because it's too late. Do you mind if I roll again, see if I can get a
No,
crit?
go for it. Yeah, 23 is not quite a hit, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
No.
All right, yeah, you hit with a 16.
Okay.
Oh, shit. I gave you the help action. My bad. Six with the flaming sword. So how does the flaming sword work again? Is it doing...
So it's just constantly on fire. So it just basically with any hit.
No, you have to use a bonus action to ignite the blade.
Oh, I thought it was always.
While holding the sword,
okay,
you can
well
use a
then-
bonus action.
Okay, well then, can we please pretend that I did that because
Okay.
I was intending to have it burning.
All right.
When you land a critical hit, blah blah blah.
So it does
that
an
doesn't
additional 1 fire
apply.
damage on a hit.
Just one, which it may have already added. I'm not too sure. I'm assuming it did.
I don't think so,
I
actually.
don't think so.
Okay, so then it would have
Yeah,
been
I guess
7.
I left it off the weapon just because I don't know for sure if you're going to have it lit, I suppose.
That's true. Okay, so then it would have been 7 damage.
Okay. Yeah, it's not in the weapon.
I just thought it was still burning because I had it on before when I was slashing through some of the
Oh
vines
yeah, I
and
mean
stuff.
in that case, yeah, we can say that you already had it ignited in that case.
Okay, cool.
All right. And this cluster of mushrooms kind of reels back in response to this hit. It looks especially bothered by the flames, which kind of catch fire to a little bit of it briefly, and a whole like kind of section of it turns black, and one of its heads kind of like keels over, like wilts and dies. Anything else?
Cool. If it's still not dead, I'd like to try and hit it again
Yep.
with using my extra attack.
All right.
So let's try that again. And is that a regular roll at this point because the help action's been used?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
That
Don't
is
think
still a
that's
hit.
going to work. Oh my goodness.
Yep, this thing
Okay.
is just like very slow to move and has no armor. It looks like super squishy.
Love that. Well, I'm going to add the +1 to the roll for the damage this time.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. It's not quite enough to kill it. But maybe another one of these helmeted. What do you call the top of a fungus? The top of a mushroom.
Cap.
A cap. Yeah. But another one of these caps just collapses. And this thing's kind of like moving around even more slowly and shakily than it was before. This one down here is going to move in to here. And that's all it does. You just see it shambling towards you. Vindaros.
Yes. Vindaros will make his way forwards to this mushroom and use his flint spear to attack it.
All right. Nice.
Damage.
Ooh.
Nice. How do you just kill this mushroom in one go?
He probably finds if these caps are sort of like moving a bit, like swaying a bit as they're moving along, he'll just wait until they all line up and he just like spears all 3 caps at once.
Nice.
And then, retrieves his spear.
It just goes lifeless immediately, and it was even sort of reaching up with some of these tendrils on the ground, and all of them just like fall to the ground. Anything else?
End turn, thanks.
All right, Twig.
Twig's gonna eye this one that killed his bat. He's like very hatefully staring, and he's gonna get him with the firebolt again. Ooh.
That'll do it.
1d4. No. Why did it do that much?
Because you're at level 5 and you just rolled really high. Yeah, that basically, you just disintegrate that with that burst of flame.
That'll teach you.
All right, ready.
Ready, we'll move over and use Green Flame again. Oh wait, I made a thing, so let's see if it works. Where is it? Green Flame Shillelagh.
You did a private roll.
Whoops, self-roll. Well, that was a 13. Do you want to keep that?
Yeah, that's fine. That hits.
Oh, okay. And the moment of truth.
All right, so what's the deal? It's doing the 1d8 from your quarterstaff.
Mm-hmm. Plus the 5. From,
plus the 5 because Shillelagh uses your wisdom.
And then plus a 1d8 for fire damage.
For the fire damage. Okay, sweet. So the d8 was the... Okay. Okay. It is not quite dead, but it's just on fire as it continues kind of shambling towards you, squealing all the way.
That's Reddy's turn.
Yao Mei. Finish it.
Yeah, that's the goal. I'll definitely head over and try.
Yep, that's a hit. And I don't think you can not kill it because it's vulnerable to fire damage, and all you got to do is, well, you're not going to do less than two damage anyway. So yes, you.
Yeah.
How do you end this fight with these violent mushrooms?
Well, I'm kind of hoping, is the body of the other mushroom that I kind of ran over still there? Like, is there still something on the floor that I can like springboard off and just kind of come down from the top?
Definitely.
Because I wanna like leap on that thing and skewer it to the ground like a mushroom kebab.
Yeah, like one of the caps is still there and it has like a bit of air on it, so it kind of functions like a trampoline, so you can like.
Yeah,
nice.
That's exactly what I want to do.
And this thing like almost turns to you, like it's like on fire, but it almost like senses you coming. And again, some of these tendrils kind of rise up as if to try to like get in your way, and you just fly through the air and just cleave at it from above, and it just falls limp and the forest falls quiet once again.
No more mushrooms, Retty, please.
That, I think it was already happening. It was just.
Not.
It was like that when I got here. I'll try and restrain myself. Yeah.
Just in this patch, and if they look like a weird color, maybe don't.
Mm-hmm. I understand.
All right.
I say that, and then when Yao Mei turns away, I pocket the little mushroom.
Yeah, I guess like most of these mushrooms in this area were sort of connected by, what is it, like myceliae? I don't know what the plural of, is it even pluralized? Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. And so like after you kill all of these violent fungi, many of these other mushrooms kind of begin to sort of keel over and look like they're going to start rotting as well. But you can definitely pocket one of these. It'll survive for a little while in your pocket. But otherwise, you can have a look around. You don't really find anything, and there's nothing on them or anything like that. Is there anything anyone wants to do before continuing on through the forest?
No, that's fine.
All right.
Yeah, good to keep going.
Mm-hmm. I want to spit on that mushroom, and then
Murdering your butt.
There's also like a giant Yao Mei footprint like right on the top of it as well. So it's like a good like target right in the middle.
Do you have materials to summon another bat? I don't remember.
I will check.
I think it'd also take you like an hour or something.
Mm. Yeah, I don't think so.
Oh well. Bat will return. The Batman returns. Anyway.
Triumphant return of the bat.
I like that better. It doesn't infringe on any copyrights.
Try not to get your channel copyright struck.
All right, so you continue on through this dense, overgrown area of the forest. You kind of have to push through all of these thorny vines and tangled roots. And it takes you like twice as long as it would usually take you to move through the Ghost Vale, at least from what you've experienced so far. And as you continue on, it's just increasingly as you get closer to where you believe the Grimbower is, it just smells even worse and worse. It just smells sweet, this sweet smell mixed with the smell of rot. And there's vines everywhere, and you see also bones and the corpses of animals littering the ground. And the further you carry on, the more of these you see. And again, it doesn't look like winter at all. It looks more like a jungle, like the jungle from where Twig and Reddy grew up. And as you're walking through here, Vindaros, you reflect on how much better you performed in that combat than you usually would.
It was, he's becoming one with the spear, all that practice with the Yao Mei and so forth. So he's actually, that, and he's driven towards finding that evil entity, that darkness from that vision as well, that lingers in his mind.
Yeah, so you guys have chosen to pursue the Treespawn first. But I guess he's always thinking about Vrakar's quest. And
Correct.
I'm just having a look at what's changed on your character sheet.
Yeah, and not much. A couple of extra spells. He now has an extra attack.
Yep. Oh yeah, you didn't even need to use that in that battle. And what have you got? You had Bane. Oh, Summon Steed.
Yes. A couple of extra ones in there.
Misty Step. That's pretty strange.
Surprise. Yeah, oh no, that actually comes with the oath I've taken.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
I'm just wondering.
you have hold person as well, but you don't have the component because you gave it to Reddy.
Correct. I didn't know that last time. Last session. He held on that for about 15 sessions. Which is fine.
Maybe you'll find another one.
Maybe.
And how did you gain these new skills and abilities? Training with the Yao Mei?
I'd say training and meditating and in prayer. Well, not so much prayer, but reflectance as well.
Does Vindaros pray to Vraka? Does he have a dialogue with his god?
I would say he does, so more so like a paladin, not so much as a cleric. So yes, he does definitely have dialogue, but I don't think he would actually recite prayers and so forth.
He doesn't kneel. And what's motivating you specifically to advance in this way? Like, why do you wish to summon a steed and begin to misty step and this kind of thing? Like,
he would, using those, in particular steed, he not believes, but it will greater benefit himself and the party to achieve that goal of removing the darkness. So that's what he's focusing on in the background.
so just generally trying to become more powerful for the end goal.
Correct. Trying to do the work of Raka.
All right. Nice. So you continue on. Perhaps you see another couple of things that look suspiciously like traps, but you're able to spot them and avoid them. You've seen a few of these now, and you kind of know what to keep an eye out for. You go through another patch of purple mushrooms. Does anyone do anything? Ready? All right.
Ayame is watching. I think Reddy can tell without even looking. Like Ayame is staring daggers at him, like, don't fucking dare.
Just trying to like walk close to them, like act casual, like looking around.
I think if we see a hand start reaching up, we just slap it away.
Yeah. Ayame's got the dad glare going on. Like he's like,
Oh, I didn't even see those there.
Calling your name.
All right. Just trying to work out how to. Oh, there we go. Yes. So you continue walking along, and soon enough you hear the sound of running water. And you have to kind of climb over a lot of these thorny shrubs and through these vines and everything, pushing through spider webs. It's very moist, and there's just gunk and rot everywhere. And you head towards the sound of this running water, because it's kind of the only way that you can orient yourselves. And it takes you maybe another, probably like 4 hours to carry on through here. I don't know why I keep saying carry on. Carry on, as you were, through the forest to the stream. You eventually encounter the stream that is making this sound, this kind of beacon of calm in this increasingly horrible place, which looks something like this.
Ooh. Here's a horrible place I prepared earlier.
One of many. And you're able to follow the stream. It seems to be leading. You can follow it in the direction that you were told the Grimbower should lie in, to the southwest. And soon enough, you begin to see some space between the trees up ahead as you follow this stream. And you head a little bit closer, trying not to make too much noise, and you peer into what looks like a bit of a clearing where the trees are spread out a fair bit more, and you can see this river sort of running down on your left. And I'll take us over to the map. So as you kind of peer out into this little clearing, you can see various trees spread out in this area. And somewhere ahead, you see this really massive.
Whoa.
It kind of looks like some kind of tree, except that it's huge. It's like a tower in terms of the width of its base. Just this big, kind of roughly circular base from what you can see. And this like giant tower-like tree, you know, like as you sort of near it, get a bit nearer, you can see that it looks almost more like some kind of castle. You can see that maybe somewhere further up, the tree kind of like splits off into the tree, or the castle, whatever it is, kind of splits off into like a bunch of other trees that sort of come out from the top of it. But the base of it is about like maybe 20 meters in diameter. And you can see these roots, just these like giant, maybe like nearly like a meter thick in many cases, roots coming out of the base of it and just going down into the ground to support this giant tree-like castle. And as you peer in here, you can see that the walls of this thing, if they are walls, appear to be made of vines, clusters of vines that are woven tightly together. And they're covered in thorns and leaves and also flowers of various different colors. And far up above, where this thing, which you are pretty sure is the Grimbower, there's nothing else like this that you've seen in the area, where it kind of splits off into these smaller tree-like portions. You can see it sort of spreads out with these long leafy branches, and it's got these like beard-like lichens kind of hanging from the branches. It's sort of blowing in the wind, and the ground is moist and muddy, and these like bones and rotting corpses and things that you've seen as you've been heading up here, there's just a lot more of them around here. There's just skulls in the ground. Maybe Vindaros, you like as you're trying to sort of peer in here, you look down, you realize you're kind of like stepping in the skull of some kind of animal, maybe animal folk. And you can also see in this strange Grimbower structure that it looks like there are bones and things incorporated into the very walls. And there are floating fungal spores everywhere. The air is just full of them. These bioluminescent fungi kind of give this eerie glow to the whole place. Sort of this eerie illumination. And it just smells horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. Like it's just like you're in just practically like sewage as you're coming through here. Strong manure smells and rot smells mixed with, again, like the smells of pollen and flowers and things. It's just very off-putting, very strange. And the whole place is filled with this whispering, like whispering, whistling sound, and these kind of strange, like shrieking sounds echoing all around. And you can also see, like, further up in this structure of the Grimbower, like the bottom structure is maybe about like 20 meters until it reaches this part where it splits off, and some way up you can see openings in the side of this thing among some of the branches. And they kind of look like archways or sort of large windows maybe. And as you peer into this clearing, you can also see humanoid figures walking about. You see a couple of them, and it's pretty easy to guess that these are Treespawn. You see one standing in front of this portion of the Grimbower where the vines and everything look a little bit different. There's this kind of archway of different colored and sort of thicker vines behind it where it's standing. Looks almost like some kind of like large doorway that's just covered in vines. And these humanoid figures are bipedal. They've got these twisted and gnarled limbs made of vines and leaves. And they're covered in sprouting branch-like growths and poisonous-looking flowery offshoots, and they have these strange faces, kind of alien-like but also skull-like, with empty eye sockets, and they've got these oversized hands, these long thorn-like nail spikes, and they're kind of, the creature in front of the door is just kind of standing there, like twitching, looking around. But this one over here looks like it's sort of walking from the left to the right, and walking along beside it is another one of these half-plant creatures that's actually a little bit different. It's crawling on all fours. And it's got this like extended, like wolf-like maw and glowing green eyes and this long leafy tail and thick horns extending from its head. And it's kind of crawling alongside this upright Treespawn, and it's looking around, sort of apparently like sniffing at the air, maybe listening for intruders. And you can also see further up in the Grimbower, near where you see some of these openings, and perhaps even further up in the branches, some movement. Maybe some creatures kind of moving around, climbing the viney walls of the Grimbower. Perhaps you see something that looks like maybe another bipedal humanoid kind of crawling in between two of these openings. Maybe it like emerges from one of them and kind of climbs over and then disappears into another one of them. They don't appear to be trying to conceal themselves or anything, but they're still barely visible because of all the branches and everything, and they just kind of look very tree-like. And that's pretty much everything you can see. What do you do? Bat's dead.
Hi, Bat. R.I.P. to Bat.
Guys, I think it's the Grimbower. Just saying.
Should we hide? Should we try and hide?
We should try surprise them.
Yeah.
We should attack them with force.
You go first. You go first. I have to get up close.
Oh, okay.
We're moving stealthily to
Yes.
Yeah?
Oh yes. Oh yes, very stealthily.
As you scream it back. Yell it back.
Can I try and keep an eye out for any sort of slightly further away from the Grimbower, maybe turning my attention towards the other trees in the area to see if there are any that are hidden from sight that may be watching?
Yeah. Give me a perception check.
Okay. Sorry, my PC is a bit slow tonight.
Also, Vindaros can do something similar to the left. having a look at either of these trees that slightly look odd,
Okay.
that might be out of place.
Yeah,
Guys, I'm going to tell you.
Give me a perception
Yame's
check
not
as
seeing
well.
shit.
Perception. Yeah.
Yame's distracted by the bioluminescent spores.
I'm going to use symbiotic entity. If that's okay.
Yeah, that's all right. Right, so you just kind of activate these spores. It's like hard to tell them
Spore on
apart from all the other spores
spore.
in the environment. The air is thick with spores.
My spores
Yame,
are friendly coloured.
Yame, you don't spot anything, but Vindaros, you think that you see something over towards towards your left, over here. You just catch a glimpse of something sort of shifting slightly amongst the branches of this tree here.
Okay.
And if everyone wants to move forward stealthily, give me a stealth check.
I'll just pass the information on as well. Stealth. Oh. I knew it was coming.
I got you guys. Don't even
Roll in a
worry.
row. Jeez. Look at that.
You see,
We all think we're moving stealthily.
I'm going to pause it there. You see is this tree spawn over here, which is kind of appears to be doing the rounds or something. It sort of moves like this, and this, guard beast that's crawling alongside it just like stops and kind of looks around, like sniffs the air again and looks in your direction. And you see the bipedal tree spawn look down at it, and then also follow its gaze and look in your direction. And it pretty much has line of sight from where you are now, so it spots you. And this thing immediately utters some kind of strange sound from its mouth. It just sounds like kind of a combination of sounds, like wind blowing and the creaking of branches and this strange high-pitched kind of whistling, but also this very low rumble all at once, just and it begins moving in your direction, but you also see that it appears to be kind of waving, indicating towards this tree spawn that is guarding the door of the Grimbower, which also sort of activates and begins moving in your direction. And perhaps you also see that this movement in the trees over here becomes more kind of furious as another one of these tree spawns drops down from the branches and kind of it lowers itself with these long extended hands and kind of rises up from the ground and begins moving towards you. So, let's roll.
Can we understand it if I'm wearing the pendant?
Yeah. I think so. Yeah. I guess it just says something like Fleshwalkers.
I don't think they like us.
I think they've seen us as well.
I will not utter that slur again.
And let me see. All right. Okay.
Oh.
So, Yame, what do you do as you see this thing? It begins kind of, at first, as it's waving to its friend, it begins trudging towards you, but then it begins to pick up the pace, and it's kind of raising its hands up as this strange kind of guard beast next to it begins bounding towards you.
Well, I guess I'm going to reactivate my sword.
Okay.
I don't think it's limited by how many times I can do that per day. It doesn't seem to say anything, so I'll reactivate that. And I guess I'm just going to move forward slightly, maybe to here, and just sort of hold an attack.
All right.
If one gets within my range.
Okay. Vindaros.
He had a change of thought, but he's going to ready in action. This sorry, just going to have a quick look for something.
All right.
Okay, now at the moment, yeah, he'll just ready his spear, move into that position, and ready his spear for anything that comes close to attack.
Okay. This Treespawn guarding the door at the base of the Grimbower begins running. It's just like full, like sprinting in this direction. It moves much quicker than you would expect from a creature made of like plant matter. And it is just going to dash all the way to here. It's just coming directly for you. And I'll do this one.
My God.
You don't see what's happening with this one. And this one that's lowered itself from this tree, it is going to sort of run in this direction. And it lifts its claws up and out towards you, Vindaros. And as it's running, you kind of glance over it and you see that its nails are sort of growing longer and longer. And they kind of extend into these long like spines, and then they actually eject from the ends of its hands and are like fired in your direction as all these needles come flying towards you.
Oh my God.
And it looks like they hit
It does.
for 9 piercing. Okay, Twig.
Okay. Twig is gonna... Oh my goodness. 1, 2, 3. Dang it. Well.
Sorry.
Oh, I was like, I thought that was me.
I don't know how to get rid of them.
I'll get rid of them.
You.
All right, Twig is just gonna go for it. He's gonna cast using his staff in one hand and pointing his finger with the other. Fireball. And a
All right.
big ball of flame explodes from the end of his finger, and it kind of singes his like finger fur. As it
Finger guns.
yeah,
So he's kind of using his staff to like channel the energy, but he's also like,
it's channeling.
because you don't have anything in your other hand, do you? You've just got a staff basically, and then you can put it in the pouch. Okay, sweet.
Yeah.
All right, I'll make a couple of dex saves, left to right. DC 16.
Oh,
looks
excellent.
like fail. Nice.
Yeah.
Both of them are just blown away by this ball of flames. It just explodes and they just like are blown into fragments. Some of them are blown back so far that you actually see them kind of like splash into the water back here.
Awesome.
And you can give yourself some healing as well, but you don't need any
I
healing.
don't need it. Yeah.
All right. Anything else?
No, thank you.
Awesome. Maybe like when you do that as well, you see this one that's kind of running at you up here. It like stops like for a split second, kind of like looks over like and then it keeps running at you.
One must start with a good impression.
I cast my turn, yeah?
Yep.
Alright, I cast Shillelagh. I move over here. Oops. I move here. Here. And I draw my shield. And that is it.
All right. Okay, this one is going to run down here, and it's also going to fire some needle-like spines, spine-like needles, however you want to say it, towards Yao Mei. But they miss you entirely. They kind of fly all around you. Okay. This one. Alright. You see over to your right, another one of these Treespawn lower itself to the ground from this tree here. It's like all the way up here. And it is going to... let me see. It's going to run over to here, and I don't think these needles have very good range on them. It's going to attempt to fire at you as well, Yao Mei. But I'll give it disadvantage because it's very long range. These needles just go wide. Also just completely miss you. Maybe just one of them. Are you wearing a shield?
Yes.
Carrying a shield?
Yeah, I've got the Dreadclaw, I've got the shield, and then I've got my flaming sword in the other hand. I'm fully equipped.
Oh, so the Dreadclaw is like holding the shield?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
At the moment, I might drop it at some point, but for now I'm holding it.
Alright, sweet. Maybe just one of these needles just like bounces off your shield.
Nice.
This beast is a little bit faster. It is just going to run straight up in your face, Yao Mei.
Whoa.
And it's just going to leap off the ground like a meter and a half before it reaches you and just go straight for your neck and try to bite you with these long, almost root-like fangs. How do you stop it from doing that?
I'd like to imagine that it's like kind of coming up from here, and at the time I've got my sword kind of on this side just like waiting, almost like in a guarding stance, and I just kind of wave it wildly as it's coming at me, so it's like a little bit off kilter.
So it just like just jumps into your sword.
Yeah, a little bit. Not like to attack it, but just like to scare it off a little bit.
Okay.
Like maybe as it's leaping, it's just like, oh shit, maybe I don't want to go for that directly, but then it's just kind of like gets a little whack on the side or something.
So like mid-air, it's like...
yeah, like it kind of flubs. It fails the jump just because it's like, oh shit, there's fire there.
Right,
I saw what the fire did to those two.
Yeah. It's sort of like you see this like firelight from your sword like flash in its eyes as it prepares to jump, and it kind of jumps, but it like doesn't give it its all, and so like as it kind of like leaps for you, it sort of falls a bit short and like tries to like nip at you, but you're able to move out of it really easily. But it kind of shakes itself and musters its courage, and it's going to take a swipe at you with one of its front paws / claws. It looks like it hits with that one. This readied action that you had, was that from?
That was from this round. It's to attack anything that gets within range.
Okay, you can do that first if you want.
Sure.
That's a hit.
Yeah. And I'll add the +1 for the fire before I forget.
Nice. So... What does that sword say about igniting things? Where am I? Inventory.
I think it was Smoldering Strike if it's a critical hit,
Okay.
which it's not in this case.
Yeah. Trying to work out. This thing is like a little bit more flammable than other things. So I'm going to say that in this case, even though you haven't hit it as hard as you feel you might need to with this powerful weapon that you've found, as you draw back, you notice that there is actually some flame that kind of remains on this creature.
Ooh.
But it is still going to swipe at you.
Yep.
And it is going to do just 4 slashing damage.
Okay.
Your turn.
Well, I guess I'm going to retaliate again. Try and hit it again.
Miss. It just like dodges out of the way.
Well, that's okay. I can try again.
That's a hit.
Yay! And is it still, if it's on fire currently, I know it's 1d4 at the start of each of its turns, but is it still a +1 for the fire damage for this hit?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. It withdraws a little bit. Vindaros.
Vindaros will like to use his bonus action, which is Divine Favor.
Okay.
Just cast that. And as he does that, he charges in to help out his pal, Yao Mei. And as he gets to it, like sort of puts out his foot, like comes to a skid and just launches with a spear attack at this tree dog.
At Yao Mei.
And one hand, high five.
Nice. Actually, that doesn't make sense. That's a hit.
Cool. So that's normal. And then he might do like a spear pommel with his pole arm with the back.
Actually, that is enough to kill it.
Oh, okay.
It falls to the ground as this fire spreads over the rest of these kind of leaves and branches sticking out of its body. It just kind of rises on its back for a moment, like kicking into the air, and then it eventually like goes still.
Is that underneath the tree, or was that?
You can go there.
If I move there, yeah.
Yeah.
Underneath some of the branches. And end turn, thank you.
Okay. As you're fighting, you see another one of these Treespawn kind of running down here from above, or from to the map's kind of turned around, isn't it? I guess this is from the southwest. Anyway. And it is going to dash past its ally like this, in this direction. Twig.
This guy died, didn't he?
Yep.
Okay.
Can you see a skull on him?
No, but maybe I need a refresh.
Oh, no, that's interesting, because I've had a few people say, like, oh, is this guy dead? That's strange. So it's like the players aren't seeing the skull on him. Okay.
Which, it was weird because we were seeing them on the last battle
we
map,
saw them
but
on
not
the
this
mushrooms.
one. Or at least not for this one creature.
Weird. Okay, good to know. I'll just remove it.
Okay. Twig is going to shoot out a little old firebolt again at the guy there.
Nice, that's a hit.
Okay. Oh, and I need to do a 1d4. There's additional damage?
So that's for the necrotic damage?
Yes.
Is it? Okay.
Yes.
Alright, another 2. You kill this one.
Whoa!
Yeah, so like, I guess this firebolt that you're sending out from your staff kind of has also these like black like element to it, blackish purplish like sparks coming off the side of it with this like necrotic energy, and it just flies through the air and just this thing just goes up in flames, and you just hear this loud like squealing noise as it like thrashes around and dies on the ground.
Very good.
Ready, trying to change your prepared spells mid-combat.
Oh, am I? No, I'm just making new like macros. I don't know what they're called.
Oh, okay,
For my mix and match of modifiers.
sweet. Anything else, Twig?
No.
Okay, ready.
I run out from behind my tree, ready to attack this Treespawn. I'm like, oh, Twig, come on.
That one's dead.
I guess I'll just run to here. Can I already attack with the cantrip, or does it have to
Yes.
be like a?
Yeah, you can do that.
I'll already a green flame blade on anyone that comes within range.
So that's interesting though, because that's kind of like, I guess you can do that because it says like in the casting of the spell, doesn't it? Like green flame. Oh no, I don't know which thing to look at now. Green flame shillelagh.
There's a few of them.
Oh yeah, there we go. Okay. Yeah, you make a melee attack with the material component on a hit. You do.
Google says I can't prepare cantrips. If that makes it easier for you.
You can't prepare any cantrips.
That's what the first thing I looked up said. But
Ah, maybe that's true.
can I?
Huh, I thought you could.
I don't know. Maybe I might just be like.
Kind of does. I can't
Someone
see
saying that
where I have it in my
disagree.
notes.
So that might just be me talking out of my ass.
Well, it does kind of ring a bell for me, but I didn't think... I thought that I had kind of concluded the other way, but anyway. We'll just say you can prepare cantrips for the rest of this session, and then I'll have a look into it between sessions. But yeah, I'm still confused about this one, because it's kind of requiring you to like cast a cantrip, which you would hold, but then you also have to take an attack in order to make the cantrip work. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But it's just saying you make a melee attack with a material component. I don't know, that's a weird one as well, but we'll say you can do it. You can kind of like channel this energy into your sword, kind of lights up with this green flame, you like prepare to make an attack with it. Okay. And you can see in the distance another Treespawn running down here, past the Grimbower, towards you. And this one then is going to run towards you, ready. I don't know if it's close enough to take your... No. And it is going to try to shoot some of these needles at you out of its claws, out of its hands. And it misses. Are you carrying your shield?
Yeah, I equipped it last round.
Nice, maybe they all just like in your shield. Okay, Yao Mei.
Sorry. Was I talking before? I hope I was on mute.
No, you weren't talking before.
Okay. I was talking to myself. I told you guys I do that. Yeah, I'm gonna try again with the sword. I'm gonna have to run up, but I'll come to about here, and then I'll ready my action to attack again.
Okay.
So my sword's activated, it's ready to go. Just waiting for a chance.
I think you can actually reach it, can't you? 1, 2.
Well, I think I'm at 4 meters
3,
now.
4, 5.
Oh,
You can reach it.
okay, well then I'll do that. I'll just take that thing off. Sorry, I was just kind of looking at it, trying to calculate in my head, and couldn't see a way I could make it work.
That's all right.
Anyway.
If you like drag and hold your token, it'll show you like the green, like this green area of the movement is like how far you can move. So you can kind of like get an idea of how far you can go that way.
Okay, cool. I just didn't want it to show up for everybody and like watch my like character move back and forth as I like try and calculate a way to do it. Anyway, yeah. So I'll go for it.
That's a hit. Okay, 5 damage. This one does not catch on fire,
Okay.
but you're still able to kind of cleave through it. And these flames like lick at its strange like bark-like flesh as you leave this big gash in the front of it. And yeah, some flames kind of look like they're kind of catching a little bit, but it's not enough to actually set it on fire in this case.
Well, that's okay because I can try again. I get to attack twice now. It's amazing.
That time you miss. It just sort of is like stepping back because of the initial slash that you give it.
Damn. Well, that's okay.
All right, Vindaros.
Vindaros will like to move to that spot to begin with,
All right.
and then he'll like to dash. And when he dashes, ghost sneak is one that kick in,
Nice.
so it becomes invisible.
Yep.
He's going to dash into that position.
Sweet. Okay.
And turn.
This one sees you run over here and disappear, and it is going to attempt to... It thinks it's being clever, and it's going to try to run around behind you and attack you from behind. It tries to take a swipe at you as you're sort of focusing on this. It assumes Treespawn in front of you, but it's going to obviously have disadvantage.
I'd also like... Oh, never mind.
There's my yeah, because
I can't see him. I can't for my shield.
the disadvantage because of the invisibility.
Yes,
Okay.
Oh, thank God.
it misses. It just catches air. Okay, Twig.
Can I, because it came into my area, I would like to use my polearm master because
Yep,
I
you can do
can
that.
provoke an up attack when they enter my space.
Do you become visible when you do that? I can't remember with these.
Let me have a quick
Ghost
read of the
runners.
sneakers.
You remain invisible until the start of your turn or until you make an attack or cast a spell. No. Oh yeah, this is an attack. So yeah, you'll become invisible.
Actually, knowing that, I might wait. I might hold off. That's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. You would know how the boots work.
Yep.
You've had some time to wear them. All right, Twig.
Twig is gonna come here, and he's gonna bring out the Old Faithful. And, oh, sorry, cast it on this guy.
Old Faithful succeeds.
Excellent. And then, sorry, plus this.
Dead. Just bursts in flames again. And collapses.
Whoa!
Vindaros is like, kind of turns around, like hesitates, trying to decide whether or not to use his polearm, and then you run behind and just like take this thing down in front of him, like. Anything else?
No.
Okay. Ready.
Ready. I was like ready to attack this guy. He combusts like, oh, Twig, not again. So he'll keep running, and he will make a green flame Attack.
All right.
Green flame Simbilele.
That's a hit.
We'll see if the damage is good.
Please explain also what's happening.
Yeah. So 1d8 from Shillelagh, +5 from Shillelagh, +1d8 green flame, +1d6 from
I get it.
symbiotic entity.
Symbiote. Nice.
It's symbiote, yeah.
How does your green flame symbiote kill this thing? Exactly how does that
That's
work?
amazing.
I just like to think that it starts like glowing a bunch of different colors. Like it's goes like maybe red or something from Shillelagh. When he does some more chanting, it turns like blue from symbiotic entity. And as he's attacking it, it starts like flaming green from this cantrip.
Nice.
It
It's
just
like
erupts when it hits the tree spawn.
awesome. And it just goes down in this burning chromatic haze. It tries to like turn and like run as it's like burning, but just kind of like falls to a knee and like falls flat on its face as it's running towards this tree with this kind of multicolored flames coming off its back.
Ooh.
And I might take one more step. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah.
All right. This last one is going to, it seems unfazed by the loss of its ally. It runs up to you and swipes at you.
Can I Halo expose them?
Oh, yeah. Definitely. Let's see if it even survives. Yeah, Halo of Spores. Okay, it does.
I think it does no damage then. Yep.
All right. And so it will do 6 slashing damage.
Oh.
Piercing damage, apparently. I feel like that should be slashing damage.
Did it hit?
Yes. Didn't it? Oh, no, sorry. You're DC 19. AC 19. Sorry, my bad. It didn't hit you at all.
Oh, good.
I got confused. Okay. What was I doing? Maybe looking at its AC. Yao Mei.
So there's only one left, right? And it's this guy that's just gone for Retty.
From what you can see, yeah, in your immediate vicinity, there's only
Yeah.
one remaining.
Okay. Well, then I'm actually going to head around to behind it. And I'm going to go for it.
Okay.
Nope.
So... Okay.
So I've rolled a natural 1, which means I do have a -1 on damage for this weapon from now on.
And what was the...
Dang.
So your strength is 2... Oh, yeah, your +3 is your proficiency. Everyone's got 3 proficiency now. Yeah, okay. So even though this sword is a magical flaming sword, it is still made out of bronze and it's still dense. I will add that to it because there's like
I was going to say, do you want me to try and roll again with that -1 on there?
Let me just add it quickly because it seems to get a bit confused if it's not added in this particular way. And I can never remember. I'm going to go like plus bracket -1 bracket parentheses. I don't know why. Well, I kind of get why. Because otherwise it'll like double the... Anyway, go for your second attack.
Okay.
That also misses.
There we go. No damage anyway, but I tried.
And I guess the reason this blade is like dented is because it just kind of turns around. It sees you like running around in this direction, and it just attempts to like, as you take a swipe at it, just like bat the sword out of its way. And you just hear this ringing sound as the blade is just kind of pushed back. Your arm goes like flying upwards, and you can just see it kind of. The fire is all kind of like wavering in the air, and all these sparks go flying behind you into this tree here. And as you kind of draw it back towards you and go for another hit, it kind of feels like a little bit off balance or something. You can tell that it's been slightly damaged. Vindaros.
Vindaros will move into this position. He runs in the big loop around to come in.
All right.
Follow with his spear.
+1 for flanking.
Okay, let's see how he goes.
That's a hit.
Nice. Damage.
Okay. You just like chop like one of its arms off, like, and it's kind of like it's not fully off, like it's like hanging there, just connected by these like root, like vine-like tendrils.
He sees that arm hanging off, then he uses his pole arm to like knock the rest off.
It's on 1 hit point.
Oh, okay. Oh, actually, oh, sorry, that was the attack roll. I shouldn't have. Oh, do I roll? I can't remember if I roll for the.
Oh yeah, it's another attack.
Yeah.
How do you
Sorry,
kill
don't
it?
worry about the D4. He will actually probably. Oh yeah, knock that arm off, and then with the end of his spear, just follow through and just whack it into the head as well. Bang, whack it and bring it down to the ground.
Nice. It just like goes flying to the ground like really quickly as you just smash it with like, I guess with the pole arm, like with the end of it.
Yeah, with the end, with the block pummel of it.
Yeah, it doesn't fall so much as it's just like bounce like a ball, like just you just hear this like a loud thud and it actually bounces a little bit like all right, and for the moment you don't see any other movement in the trees, but you can still see rustling of the trees and perhaps some shadowy figures moving around far above, maybe like 20 meters or so above. But there's no immediate threats.
Are they in the Grimbower, like this movement? Or is this...
Yeah.
Should we go around, see if there's any alternative entrances? Any back doors?
Yeah, we can have a look. Twig, what's going on with all that power you've just been harnessing? Right. This last couple of nights, it's, I don't know. What have you been eating?
It's scary, Twig.
Oh no, I wouldn't want to be scary.
I'm just glad you're on our side, Twig. I'm just glad you're on our side.
Yeah, of course, guys, of course.
Yeah, maybe we can have a quick scale around the perimeter, see if there's another way to in besides. Yeah, straight through the front. Let's try and move stealthy around.
Yeah, give me another stealth check. If you want to do that.
Better luck this time, everyone.
When
Twig,
it comes to...
I think Twig, you've already moved significantly without. So I'll say maybe no stealth check. No stealth check for you.
Illegal stealth.
Also, Vindaros, are you still concentrating? How long does that thing last again?
Oh yeah, sorry. I'll just do the stealth check and have a look. It's only a minute, so I can get rid of it, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Well, we'll see what happens in the next minute.
Yeah.
There's no response from the environment immediately. As Twig just kind of like storms out here.
And what we can see from towards the Grimbower, it is pretty open. There's no extra vegetation. It's just dirt and bones along the ground.
Yeah, it's pretty much what you see here. There's just some bushes and a couple of trees and things. Much more sparse than it was in the forest before you arrived here. But it's just very muddy. Your feet are like squelching through this rot on the ground and leaving these big Macedonian footprints behind you.
Can
Your socks are getting dirty.
Can Vindaros make his way to the next tree?
Yep.
As well for cover.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, that seems smarter than what I was doing. I've let the power get to my head a little bit.
And yeah, you can see as you come around here even more closely than you could before that this Grimbower is, although it's kind of tree shaped and has these upper parts that are much more tree-like. It's again definitely it's more like some kind of tower or something like that, but just the walls are made by these like interlocking thick vines.
Right, should we continue having a quick look around this side, or should we go and have a look at the riverside? A quick, because there was a one of those tree spawns in that area. Maybe he was guarding another entrance along that way.
That's true. Okay.
Let's do it.
What time of day is it as well? And how much light's coming through here?
So this area is actually pretty well lit, especially compared to the forest where you were before, and there's these just luminescent spores in the air. So I guess actually the glow that they're creating is actually fairly faint, I suppose, in the sunlight. And it's still pretty early in the morning. Actually, no, by now it would be just after midday, I think.
Okay.
If I've managed to keep track properly.
You just see a big mastodon hiding in one of the smallest bushes.
It's like the crates all over
They
again.
can see me.
Anything? You see anything?
I'm gonna make my way up to the next
Okay.
bush.
Actually, I should be doing intelligence checks.
Okay.
Oh dear.
Oh, for communicating?
Yes. Dear.
I'm assuming I can walk underneath like the branches.
Yep.
That's a tall tree.
Yeah, as long as you kind of don't walk through the middle.
Yeah.
But it's alright, we're not in combat or anything. I'm sure you can kind of hug the sort of cautiously creep around the side of the...
The canopy there.
Yeah.
How does the river look? Does it look like muddy and rotted as well? Or does it seem...
The water in the river looks surprisingly clean and fresh.
If I stop here and try and spot anything else, kind of maybe stalking us, would I be able to try that?
Yeah, you can give me a perception check. Are you just kind of looking all around?
I'll kind of focus towards the areas where we've just come from, so the bushes and trees we've just left, to see if something's following behind.
Alright. Yeah, you don't spot anything.
I think we're safe.
And Vindaros have a look to see, to find out if he notices anything different in front. Maybe more tracks along this side of the Grimbower, like there's been movement.
I won't ask for a perception check because I'll say that you see tracks all over the place. You just kind of see, muddy, squelchy indents in this gunk on the ground all over the place. It's difficult to know where they've come from or where they were going. Some of them kind of look more recent than others, but it's pretty hard to glean any information about it. I mean, if you want to see if there's anything... I mean, yeah. I'd say you can't really determine much more than that.
No worries. Twig, do you think we should make our way to the next bush?
Yeah. I mean...
Okay. Let's go.
I mean...
I like to use the rock as cover. he imagines him. Vindaros imagines a big mastodon hiding behind.
I mean, that would be
Maybe
a pretty
to
big
glance-
rock, actually.
Yeah.
Maybe at a glance, you also look sort of rock-like. If someone's not really paying attention.
I don't remember if you have brown skin or greyish skin. Is it more like your portrait, I guess?
Correct.
Grey rock, brown rock.
It could still look like a
Dirty
muddy
rock.
rock.
That's true. That's true. Moving around slightly.
If they're not really paying attention, you know?
Big mastodon tiptoeing around.
Maybe
This is
they
a
would
good
just
rock.
mistake you for rock spawn and wouldn't worry about it.
Oh, look, it's our cousins. Rumba.
Good rock to hide behind.
Splashing through the water.
I'm ready.
Vindaros follows Twig like he's like a Labrador, and like hiding behind the smallest rock because
Yeah, good.
That one's definitely smaller than you.
yeah. Okay, so he's gonna make his way into the tree as best as he can. I can go on the edge if that's more central or.
So I'll say also, if you're looking up at the Grimbower, maybe to be a bit more specific about some of these openings that you can see. Let me think. The lowest opening that you could see was kind of directly to the south, where you came at the Grimbower initially. Maybe I'm trying to work out how high it is. Maybe about like 15 meters up or something approximately like that.
Wait, that's where the opening is?
Wait, sorry. I'm just trying to find. Let me see. Actually, probably more like 9 meters up. I'm trying to work it out accurately so you can
So we've got the door
judge
and then
accurately. Yeah, so like
openings
above
above.
the door, basically, there is an opening, well, maybe just a little bit to the left of the door, directly up from there. But as you come around here, you can also see another opening, kind of arch-like opening that's like further up. Maybe like another like several meters higher than that again. And it's perhaps from that opening that you saw some kind of figure earlier on kind of emerging and then climbing down the vines and sort of disappearing into the other one.
If I stop where I am and look up at the Grimbower now, could I try and spot any Treespawn coming for us again?
Yeah, you don't see anything coming for you.
Okay. And what about any openings on at the ground level? Is there anything that I can spot?
You don't see
From
anything
here?
other than just this big archway over here.
Okay, so
Where
just the
there
one
was-
for now.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just kind of distinguished from the roots around it in that it's much more leafy and maybe the leaves are sort of a little bit brighter and there's more flowers and things just in the shape of this arch. Even though the whole tree is kind of covered in vines and leaves and things, it sort of stands out a little bit. It looks like a door or something. But yeah, you don't see anything else like that around here along the base.
Okay. Do we want to keep going? I guess I'm kind of whisper shouting at Rex.
I was gonna say, I like that you said that. And you're
too
like,
far away. I'd like to think Yao Mei kind of says it to himself and then goes, "Ready? Should we go back or go forward?"
Let's stay with these guys.
That way?
Not Rick.
Okay. Oh. I have to play charades still because I can't understand enough jungle common. I'm not even going to try and roll.
Freddy will be speaking Savannah common. He's got the pendant.
and Vindaros, have a look around the corner, see if there's any change in the Grimbower, similar to the southern side.
You don't see any movement up here amongst the trees here.
So I mean along the Grimbower, as in if there's openings similar. Boards and
So
stuff.
here you can see another opening pretty far up. I was just trying to work this out again. So the first opening that you could see is probably more like about 6 meters, not 9 meters. The tree is like shrinking as I'm describing it. And above that, you can see another archway of some sort, maybe more like... I should have worked this out a bit more clearly. But it's like further up. Maybe like another 5 meters kind of higher than that lower one that you saw down here. So you see another opening that's here, that's kind of much further up than that.
Okay. I think we should go back.
Eh?
I think. Too high. Or do you want to have a look? Do you want to climb and have a look?
Yeah, I think I see
You can make another roll if you want.
something.
You can make another intelligence check. Nice.
I think I see something.
Oh, okay.
Do you wanna,
What do you think you see?
could be another entrance.
Okay. I got you back.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, there's this big rock here. Vindaros. Perfectly sized.
Vindaros signals to Yao Mei because he can sort of see him and ready. And they slingshot as Yao Mei approaches the tree. Vindaros makes his way to the.
As Ayame gets up close just before Vindaros starts moving, he's like, yeah, what's up? And then he goes and he's like, oh, bye.
Do I see any movements in the trees indicative of hidden tree spawns?
Give me another perception check.
Hey, Reddy, we keep going, I guess.
Yeah, you don't see anything around here.
I think it's all clear. Maybe this is the back way where the servants
VIPs.
come. Yeah, VIPs.
Okay.
Maybe.
I mean, from where you can see, from where you are, you can probably just get an angle at this area where you see it looks like there are some more kind of extra colourful looking leaves and vines and flowers and things there that remind you of the front entrance. It's a bit hard to tell, you might have to get like a bit closer to take a look. But I've worked these openings out properly now. The first lot are 7 meters up approximately. After that, approximately 12 meters around. And then the highest ones, there you saw an opening that was very high up, maybe like around 17 or 18 meters up on this base. This kind of big, thick like base, I'm not sure if I mentioned already, is about 19-20 meters high before it then stops having this appearance of a tower and then kind of splits off into these, like, it looks sort of like there's a bunch of trees that kind of come out of it from there.
Okay, I'm gonna go in.
Okay, where you going? That way. Okay, I can see a rock.
You can.
But I'm gonna hide behind it.
Oh yeah, there's a rock. Oh, another rock. Can I get a better view?
Yes, this does look to you like another archway. some kind, about 2 meters high and a couple of meters across. It would look like a door if it weren't made out of vines and things.
Does Vindaros also notice any movement around similar to what he saw previously with the other tree spawn around the trees?
You don't see anything.
Okay. Work, Tweak.
I don't know. Do we go in this one? Seems unguarded.
So
Could be good.
maybe.
Okay. Oh, hey, Yao Mei. You see the entrance?
What?
I'm speaking Savannah Common.
Is there another doorway? I didn't
Yes.
look. Oh,
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool. Let's go in.
Okay.
Does it look guarded?
No. I think
Okay,
we're
good.
clear.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Was ready. I can't see him.
Who's
I
ready?
wave at him and I go,
Oh, I thought it was a rock.
That was wrong. That's a rock. I was fine.
so good at camouflage. It's amazing. He could be a tree spawn.
How have you
I could
guys
be a
made it
tree
to
spawn.
level 5? That's what I...
It's an art.
Is Yao Mei waving me over, or
actually
Yes.
door?
Yeah, he's like, come over.
I dive
And he
for the
goes,
rock.
there's another door. There's another door.
I like how everyone's perception of us back at camp are we like heroes and like valiant gladiators and fighters and
Even in Bertolade.
Where's Reddy? Just like standing out in the open directly behind you. I can't see him behind that pebble.
Maybe we're all just humoring each other, but none of us know that it's a bit to everyone else, so we're like playing along, thinking that for everyone else it's serious. That's what I like to think anyway. We're all just not getting the tones right.
let's be cautious as we move forward.
Hand signals. Like to inspect this door.
How do you inspect it?
I'd like to see if there are any traps like thorny bits or I don't know, something that looks like it would hurt me if I touched it.
If you look without touching it, yeah, you can see that. Well, give me an investigation check.
Oh, okay. Investigation.
I mean, I don't even really know if I need to ask you for a check. Well, 24 will do it anyway. Well, I'll say actually for 24 that you see even a little bit of moisture, maybe strangely colored moisture on the tips of some of these spiky looking thorns on these vines. And you see several of these spikes all over these bright green vines. And you think that maybe there might be some poison in the vines on this door. Actually, if you look at the Grimbower walls, you also see spikes that look potentially poisonous as well. Just from a
Don't
glance. You can't say for sure.
Don't touch the spikes. They might be poison.
You also see when you look at this door that the vines that appear to be making it up are sometimes kind of intermittently moving just very slightly, like serpents, just every now and then just kind of shifting a little bit.
Retty, can you coax this open? You sing it a lovely song or something?
I'll look at the door. and give it a little wave and say, "Open."
Nothing
Ooh,
happens.
are you wearing the pendant?
You can speak the language of the door. Nothing happens.
Well, we all speak door if we try hard enough, right?
I say to Twig, I think it's sleeping.
This door is ignoring me. It must be asleep.
Is it ignoring you or is it ignoring you?
Ignoring.
Ignoring.
So, Mr. Puff, is it fully covering the opening? We can't get through.
Yes, it's the vines are thick. Thick green vines with big green leaves and these poisonous looking spikes on them. Thorns on them.
Do you want me to burn it? I'm so ready to burn it. Please tell me to burn it.
It might alert them, so we should be watching.
Okay. You guys get prepared. I'm gonna.
How long has it been since our battle?
Since the battle, it's been pretty much in real time, so maybe, I don't know. Well, maybe it's been about like 10 minutes.
All right.
I don't know if real time makes
Anything-
sense. If you've been just kind of creeping around here. Maybe 5 minutes.
Okay.
Remove all of our banter, and then
Yeah,
what remains is about
20
6 seconds.
Then again, we were sneaking, we were moving a bit more stealthily, so
that's
we were
true.
slower.
All right,
so
8 seconds.
it kind of works out.
Everyone ready? Okay. I'm gonna firebolt this door. Oh, what?
This
Sorry,
fireball
like
just
ducks.
like, and some of the flames do appear to catch on these leaves, and you see these vines kind of writhing around a bit more, like they kind of move around a little bit more quickly, and some of the leaves are sort of singed away, but the vines, if anything, appear to sort of tighten around themselves, and it doesn't catch fire. And it ceases to move soon after.
Can you do the big fire?
The
Big one.
That big. I think it may be a bit soon.
Okay.
The big fire.
Okay.
I don't know what might be behind this door.
But it might be bad.
Yes. I want to save my fire.
That's fair. Okay.
As you're having this discussion, all of a sudden, all of these vines and things that are creating this archway just kind of wither away from each other and are drawn back into the walls on either side of the
good.
Grimbower. And standing behind them is a Treespawn. And you can glimpse into this room behind it.
Oh my god.
There is this very grotesque chamber that it has emerged from, full of rotting carcasses of animals and also humanoids. And Reddy, you can especially kind of glimpse that some of these corpses and things are tangled up and rotting in the walls themselves. And there are these thick knotted vines and roots sort of weaving through the room, occasionally shifting like the door, and also kind of pulsing, maybe like feeding on this decomposing matter of these corpses that you can see. And you don't have much more time to look in here than that, except that you're just kind of hit by this air that is even more heavy and moist than the atmosphere outside the Grimbower, whatever it's called. And let me see, can any of you... Yeah. You can also see in here, well, it's well lit in here as well. It's just full of these luminescing spores and things, and also mushrooms that appear to be giving off this sickly green light. And there appears to be a very bright source of green light coming from further in this chamber, but you can't see what that is. But before you are able to do much, this thing basically leaps at you out from behind the door. So let's roll. Let's roll.
Let's roll.
Let's
for
roll.
me.
Was there any chance Reddy would have gotten rid of his shield?
No, because you didn't say it until now.
No.
No, I mean, like, do you feel that he would have been like walking around with his shield? Like, would he have stowed his shield?
Reddy stows his shield off. Or I want him to stow his shield after every combat.
Yeah, that's fine then. That's fine.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, he knows that he needs to be at the ready with it, and having his shield is not the way to be at the ready. They do call him Ready, after all. Okay. So actually, Reddy, you could also see, like, further in one of these Treespawn that sort of looks over its shoulder in your direction as this one that's, like, standing behind what you think must be some kind of door, or what you now know to be a door. You kind of glimpse this thing that is sort of moving about in this, amongst this, like, field of mushrooms that are growing out of the vines on the floor. You just get a glimpse of it, and it kind of fills you. Well, I don't know how you react to the horror of what you see, but you just see it as it appears to be like tearing a leg from the corpse of some dead animal folk, and kind of feeding it into the wall. That's what it appears to be doing. You just see it like, and sort of begins like putting the leg into the vines of the wall. The vines kind of like reach out and begin sort of drawing this leg in. You catch a glimpse of that, and then it looks over its shoulder and kind of like drops what it's doing and begins moving towards you as this one at the door jumps out of the building. And that apparently is enough to stir you to action very quickly. What do you do?
That is simply gross. I will cast Shillelagh, as I am wont to do, and I will draw my shield. Ha And that is it.
First you don't want your shield, then you do want your shield. Okay, Yao Mei. Mute.
Making sure I am not on mute. Okay. Yeah, well, I guess I'm going to have to move around. I would actually like to see if I can get all the way behind this guy. I think I can get to there.
Okay.
Make my way in and see the horror that's inside. And yeah, go for an attack.
All right. That hits.
Okay. And you've added the -1. I didn't mention it, but I would have activated the sword as well. The flaming
Okay, that's all right.
powers of the sword. Cancel out that -1 with a +1.
All right. So -7, and roll me a d20.
Okay.
Because
Is there any bonuses to this, or
no, just a flat
Okay.
d20. Because your scimitar doesn't say that it would set fire to things. Flames burn for.
it only sets fire to
That are-
things
that
if
are
it's a critical
flammable.
hit?
Yeah. You managed to cleave a massive gash in this thing, but it does not seem to catch on fire.
That's okay. I will try again. If at first you don't set things on fire, as they say.
That's a hit again.
Oh yeah, max damage.
Nice. How do you kill this thing?
I'd like to think the first strike was like, as I'm coming through the door, I just kind of slash down, and kind of with a flourish on the other hand, I'll just kind of come up again the other way and sort of cleave part of the shoulder, and then like whatever head-like appendage is there, just kind of diagonally across, just kind of sever it.
Nice. It sort of looks like it's about to like leap at ready with its claws. He just like casts this spell and raises his shield, and you just like run past him and just like, and then just chop this thing's head clean off. It just goes like flying and like bounces off the wall here, like, and the corpse just like falls over backwards into the vines on the ground.
And
Yep.
before I end my turn, I'll just move slightly more forward to use the rest of my action, and I'll hold there.
Okay, Vindaros.
Okay, Vindaros will like to move around. Into that position and just ready his spear for an attack if something comes within range.
Okay.
Oh, actually, no, he'll actually like to dash, if that's okay.
All right.
And kick in his Nike Air dashes.
Yep.
Sorry, air ghosts. Turn invisible as well. Can you walk on these things?
The mushrooms themselves. Well, actually, I think I'll say this whole area is difficult terrain.
Okay, but we can traverse over them.
Yeah.
That's not like something we need to. Okay.
Yeah, probably the mushrooms and the ground are the same in that sense. Just, yeah. All right.
End turn.
Okay. As you run into here, you notice that there is a much larger Treespawn standing down here next to this huge cluster of roots and vines in the center that seem to be the responsible for giving off this strange glow. It's just this massive tangled vines, and it's emerging from the viney floor and extending upwards and sort of branching out like a tree at the ceiling, which is about like 4 meters above. And either side of this room, you can also see, well, at least on this side to the right, some kind of opening, and it looks like there's like a passageway sort of disappearing into the darkness. Kind of looks like it's going downwards. But to the right of this central column of sickly, luminescing vines and spikes is this giant Treespawn that looks less kind of skeletal than the other Treespawn around it, and in fact is more kind of covered in these sort of roots that look almost like muscles, and it's got these like giant fists instead of claws, and its head it just looks like this big kind of plant bulb with no eyes that just has this massive maw full of sharp teeth. And it sees you run into this room and begins like kind of you feel the ground shake as it begins stomping towards you. And as you see that, a Treespawn behind it runs over to here. And as it runs, it holds up what looks like it's like holding something in its hand. It is some kind of twisted root with these like green leaves on it. It almost looks like a wand. It's like holding it it's not like part of its body. Maybe it's made out of like a bit more of a sort of a whitish bark with these green leaves on it. It holds it up and it points it in the direction of a Yao Mei. And this energy beam, this green energy beam kind of comes out of this wand, but it doesn't target a Yao Mei. Instead, it hits the door behind a Yao Mei, and these vines that were there go and close up again.
No!
As that happens, this Treespawn down here is going to run over to here, and it is, well, it's just going to dash towards a Yao Mei. with its claws at the ready. Twig, what do you do?
Oh. Okay, so the fire didn't work last time. So I'm gonna see, okay, I have this bronze dagger. I'm gonna try like slash at these vines with this bronze dagger.
Okay.
I guess I'll attack.
Well, you gotta run over to them.
Oh yeah, true. 3 meters.
Yep.
Okay.
I'll say without getting you to roll an attack that you kind of go in with your dagger, but it just feels like any damage that you would be doing is just being absorbed by the thick vines on this door. And again, you see them kind of writhe and tighten in response to your dagger, and it's actually almost hard to like pull your dagger free. You almost lose it as you try to withdraw it. Like,
Ooh. Well, I don't know what else to do. Maybe it needs blood. I'm gonna prick my finger on it, like as a free action.
yeah, you can do that.
Yeah.
Um,
And
You
squeeze
take-
out my blood. Ugh. Oh
you
my
take
god.
5 poison damage.
Jesus.
And what are you concentrating on? Nothing.
Yeah, I don't know.
It doesn't even say you're concentrating. Oh, it might be in your sheet, maybe? Effects.
Major. Web.
Oh, yeah, okay. I think if you just go delete effect, that'll get rid of that. Alright,
Okay.
that seems to be all you can do. As Vindaros and Yao Mei, these Treespawn, are closing in on you. But Vindaros, you're invisible, correct? This
Correct.
Treespawn still saw you go invisible, and it can hear you kind of stomping around in here. It's going to run over to you. You notice, as it does this, that it doesn't seem in any way hindered by the difficult terrain of the floor.
Okay.
And it is going to try to swipe at you with its claws. It'll have disadvantage because you're invisible. And it misses. This one over here is going to do the same for Yao Mei. And that one hits. And it does 3 slashing damage. Just gets you on the side of the neck. Okay. This giant sentinel Treespawn
Oh god.
begins stomping over in your direction. And let me think. It is going to come in to here. And it kind of like pushes past this smaller Treespawn. And like storms over to here, coming at you from the side of Yao Mei. Ready.
Do I recall if the other side had the same vines on the door?
Yes, they look the same. You didn't get up close to them, but at least from a glance it looked the same.
Oh no. I said that maybe you can climb up and join them. I don't know what I'm going to do though. And I think I'll just try to attack the vines on the door. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't unfortunately respond in any particular way that's different from the way they responded to Twig's fire bolt or dagger.
Mm-hmm. The lowest opening is 9 meters high.
The
see what
lowest
it's done?
opening is around 7 meters up. And in this case, it is the lowest one that you can see is kind of over to your right, over here, about 7 meters up. But you did also see Twig prick his finger when he tried to reach out and touch this door, and you can see similar thorns all over the walls as well.
Oh, sorry, I thought that was the dagger. Well,
Wait, did Twig just prick his finger on the dagger?
No, I
Okay.
picked it on the thing.
Okay,
oh, okay. Sorry.
that's alright.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think I'm doing anything else at the moment.
Alright. Ayame.
All right, I'm gonna use my next few actions to try and attack Big Boy over here.
Okay.
Now, I'm actually also going to use my second wind, so I'm going to have 3 attacks this round. Just saying it up front, so it's a bit easier.
Okay.
Is it easier if I roll 3 attacks
No, go
and
one
then
at a
try
time.
and roll damage? Okay.
That's easier.
Wanted to see if it's more convenient any other way. Cool.
That's a hit.
Okay. Whoops. And I've still got the fire going. I think it goes for 10 minutes at a
Yep.
time.
Yep.
So I don't have to reactivate.
Alright, so what is it? 6 slashing and 3... No.
6 slashing. I think it was +2 for
So it's like 8, oh right, 8 slashing and then
my strength. No.
and then the 1 oh no, so
1
7,
fire.
7 slashing and 1 fire damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you hack at this thing with your flaming bronze scimitar, well, roll me a d20.
Okay.
You leave this like streak of flame across its chest, but the flame is not enough to set it on fire. But you also notice as you kind of slash it across the chest that some of its body appears to kind of heal and grow back together almost immediately after you slash at it. It kind of falters a little bit. You feel like you have damaged it. But from the look of the way that it's healing, you think maybe it's not as slashable. Wait a minute. Sorry, I was reading piercing and I was thinking slashing. My bad. You're definitely doing
Okay.
slashing with a scimitar, aren't you?
Yeah.
Okay, forget that.
Yeah, I'm not going for a thing. I'm going for a...
Yeah. Let me undo that. It does the full damage with slashing. So 7, 8.
Yeah.
Okay. Continue.
Cool. All right. Time for attack number 2.
21 hits.
Sweet. Add my +1. I have to say it every time or else I will forget.
All right, another 8 damage.
Yep. And then I'll use my second wind. I'll just activate that now so that it takes my thing away. Sorry, not second wind. I meant to use action search. Is there a way I can undo that?
I'll do that.
Thank you.
It's all right.
Don't need to heal just yet.
You can just go into your character sheet in your features and just like enter a 1 where there was a
Okay,
0.
cool.
I've done it for you, but
Cool, thank you. I
that's
just
all right.
wasn't sure if I'd be allowed to do that like mid-combat without announcing it at the very least.
This one, it just, again, kind of like bashes your sword away.
Okay.
And we'll say that maybe when you kind of slashed at this thing as you were kind of leaving, maybe as you kind of hit it, you sort of stabbed it a little bit and you saw some of it kind of healing. So you get the impression that trying to like stab at it deeply is going to be, maybe it's just really tough. And it does kind of, heal a little bit as you kind of draw the sword back a bit. So although you're doing it slashing damage, you get the feeling that it's not easy to pierce with your sword. I don't know if that makes sense. Okay, Vindaros.
That makes sense.
Actually, would I be able to shout that out to him in the second I've got left? Maybe don't stab this one.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I guess I could see it as well, like in combat.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just curious. Can our comrades outside hear what's going on inside? Just a lot of. Or is it pretty dense?
It's like maybe only a little bit.
Muffled.
Yeah, very muffled.
Okay. Vindaros wants to cast a spell. He wants to cast command.
All right.
He would like to cast command on the guy that closed the door.
Okay.
And he would like to say, burn! Now, is there a way that I can use inspiration to assist
Yeah, definitely.
with that?
Well, you can use inspiration once you see the result.
Okay.
If we do it with his
Yeah.
heroic inspiration. So I'll make a wisdom save. And it passes. So you can now use your inspiration. And I will say, well, it's kind of actually because the heroic inspiration is a re-roll. I don't know if you can actually use it to force a re-roll. Yeah. So maybe you can't really use it for that purpose, actually.
Okay. I thought maybe I might invoke disadvantage on his roll.
Yeah, at least not in the rules as written, as I understand them. And I'll probably stick to them at the moment because it might make it quite powerful if it's almost a sort of a silvery barbs type effect. Yeah, it seems to resist this command.
That's his turn.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. He'll like to move. He's still. Was that an attack action? Is he visible?
Yeah, he cast a spell, so that would make him invisible.
Okay.
He's only invisible until the beginning of his turn, anyway.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, true. No worries. That's it then.
All right. Let me see. Why don't we take a 5-minute break, seeing as we're about the middle of the session? Everyone cool with that, or do you want to push on till the end of the combat?
I think a break.
Okay.
Yeah, a break would be good.
Yeah.
All right.
We might be here for a while.
Easy.
Yeah.
This one's going to be a long one.
Damn you! I was really hoping you failed that, Wiz. Oh,
Yeah, that would have been really good.
That would have been amazing. That was such a smart move.
Yeah,
and I
that's
also
really
love
good.
the move to shut the doors and like trap 2 of us inside and 2 of us outside. Oh, so good. Like bad, but so good.
Yeah, I'm a little bit worried about it. We'll see what happens. So, Vindaros. I can't remember if you finished your move.
Yeah.
You just attempted to cast command.
Correct.
This Treespawn was able to resist.
I would. Yes. I'm just thinking. Yeah. End turn. Thanks. I'll keep it at that.
Okay. It is going to dash over over here and get in Yao Mei's face. And as it's running, it kind of slots this wand into its rib cage and then holds out its claws ready to slash at you. And this Treespawn over here is going to step forward as well, and it is going to take a slash. It's not going to take a slash. It just takes a slash. It might as well with a 5 because it's just pissing in the wind. Completely misses Yao Mei. Okay, Twig, what do you do?
Hooey. Twig doesn't know what to do.
Yep.
Does it look like he'll hurt himself if he tries to climb this Grimbower to the next opening?
Having investigated it already and seen that there's poison thorns on it, there's not much more you can tell. You already pricked your finger on the door. You can see that these thorns are elsewhere, and this
Okay,
kind
they're
of
all over it.
yeah, kind of greeny, sort of sickly shine on everything.
Oh,
But it otherwise looks climbable. Like there's, plenty of like vines and roots and things to hold on to. So it looks like
Okay.
you could climb it, but it just looks like it would be very hard to avoid being hurt by it.
well, okay. Maybe I'll just try climbing it anyway. Ready? I'm gonna try. Is it possible to first get a piggyback off ready so I don't have to climb the first couple of meters?
He would have to come over and give you the help action on his turn.
Okay.
You can hold your movement
Okay, I'll
and
hold
wait
my
for him
movement.
to do that. But he is not able to answer whether or not he's going to actually use his movement to do that. But also, if you move a step closer to him, then you can't hold your movement because you've already moved.
Ready, help me.
Yeah, so you can ask him for a leg up and then hold your action to move. But you won't be able to dash, so you'll be able to move 6 meters. Is that your climbing speed? Climb 5 meters towards this opening, which remember is kind of over here.
Okay.
And it is maybe around 6 meters up.
Okay.
7
screw
meters
it.
up.
I'm just gonna climb. I'm just gonna climb dash. Wait, can I dash when I climb?
Yes,
Okay,
especially with
I
the
would
climbing speed.
dash climb to try and get to this.
Okay. This is interesting. Firstly, give me an athletics check.
Oh dear. Oh, can I do it with inspiration?
Yeah, you can do that if you want to reroll it.
Whoa!
Okay, 18. And you take 1 piercing and 1 poison damage from doing that. As you climb up the wall, you find that the wall seems to harm you less than the door did.
Oh, good.
Give me another athletics check.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, you take another 1 piercing and 1 poison damage.
Okay.
And this time you slip a little bit and you kind of scrape your flesh on some of these poisonous spikes and you nearly fall from the wall. Give me another athletics check.
Oh, suck it, Grimbower.
Nice. Okay, you take another 1 piercing and 1 poison damage.
Okay.
Give me another athletics check. Ooh, okay. So you failed 2 times. You take another 1 piercing and 1 poison.
Hey.
Give me another athletics check. You are just below this window.
Oh, come on. Oh,
And you
come on.
nearly kind of fall off. You're like hanging on with one hand. Okay, you take another 1 piercing and 1 poison, but you were able to now climb up
Oh,
to
good.
this opening.
Oh my god.
And, okay. Let me tell you what you see as you sort of climb up and over this wall. I'm gonna just have to describe it because I can't put you on the map and have everyone else be on a different map.
Oh no! Oh no!
Up here, as you peer in here, you see what looks like a large dining room. Let me actually see if I can move you up here. Let me see if I can... There's a way to, like, pull someone, but I don't know how to do that. I swear there was a way to, like, pull, like, one person to the scene. Okay, I don't know. I can't work it out. You see in here what looks like this large hall. It looks like a dining hall. You're surprised, based on what you've seen so far, at how civilized this place looks. There is a bunch of, firstly, like this long wooden table that looks like beautifully carved out of wood. And around it are several smaller tables. Also similarly well crafted, and there are a whole bunch of wooden chairs and things. The ground in here is made of these kind of twisted, knotted vines, similar to what you saw before, but sort of smaller looking. It's just kind of creating this sort of bright green, like webbed, almost carpet in this dining hall. You can see blood, patches of blood that have been like left on some of these tables and things, and you think you see like a couple of plates and bowls that have from where you're standing at the where you're climbing in at the window, they have maybe you can't quite tell, some foodstuffs in them or something like that. And you see in the center of this room once again this big cluster of knotted vines and spikes that's giving off this this bright green glow. And it's kind of creating this eerie sort of luminescent sort of reflective light that's sort of bouncing off the walls in here. You also see further down on the other end of this hall what looks like another one of these viney archways, a little bit smaller than the one that you saw before. And you also see you see like a couple of essentially what you would identify as doors in here, 3 in total, as well as some kind of passageway to your left and a passageway further off on the other side of the hall. So there's like a whole heap of ways to go down here. But having dashed to get up here, there's not much else you can do aside from take all of this in as you kind of hang from the ledge of this window and look into this room. But you don't see any creatures in here, thankfully. Nothing comes at you.
I'll just yell down to Reddy. It looks clear. You should come up.
What do you say, sorry? It looks
clear.
Okay. Okay. This Treespawn down here is going to take a slash at Vindaros. They're all busting. They've been working real hard.
I was going to say Vindaros should take a slash in the tree. That's what's happening. They're not lemon trees.
It misses you. Yeah. Okay. This one down here is going to try to claw at Yao Mei. Also misses. And okay, this huge sentinel that is looming over you, Yao Mei, it just reaches up over you, perhaps puts both of its big fists together and just tries to bring them down on you. And just like slam you from above. What? Was somebody trying to ping?
Oh, sorry, that was me. I was just trying to move.
Oh, okay. Where was I? Okay. And it hits. So give me a strength save. See if you fall prone. And actually, it's any creatures within 2 meters. That's fun. So I'm going to give these guys strength saves as well. What is it? DC 13. 1. So pass. Fail. And pass. Okay, so as it smashes down on you, even though you are able to... How do you resist this big slam fist that's coming down on you? Well, sorry. Let me do the damage first. Okay, it does 7 slamming damage. Bludgeoning damage. 17.
Oh, Jesus. I feel like...
How do you stay upright, I guess, having taken all this damage?
I feel like Yao Mei kind of almost is standing quite widespread in a stance that would be conducive to sword fighting, just to spread the weight.
Yep.
And instead of putting the shield up to kind of protect him, he puts it down as like a third point of support.
Nice.
For the ground. So instead of like falling backwards or forwards, he's kind of got that third point to just kind of stabilize him in the middle. He kind of hunkers forward and just takes it.
Okay. Awesome. As you are managing to stand there and this thing is kind of raising its fists again, Yao Mei and Vindaros, give me a dex save as this room shakes and all of these droplets of poisonous looking liquid fall from the roots on the ceiling. Nice. You're both able to dodge out of the way of these drops. Okay, ready. What do you do?
What did the ground look like inside the Grimbower? Was it covered in...
Twig didn't communicate that information to you.
No, just on the ground floor.
Oh, on the ground floor.
Yeah.
Just vines, twisted vines and mushrooms.
Does it look like something I could burrow through if I was a badger?
Based on what you've seen from the walls and the door and everything, it looks like all of these vines and roots are very tightly wound and very strong. You haven't been able to like blow them apart with fire or stab them. You fear that if the ground is similar, that you will have a lot of difficulty burrowing in there. It's not as soft and mushy as the earth.
I'm gonna try and climb up with Twig.
Fuck. Okay.
Am I able to try and climb up without climbing speed? Or
yep, you can do that.
can I? Oh,
but you move at so what's your speed again? 5. So you move at 2 meters. So even if you dash, you'll move. You won't get there in a turn.
I think I'll try doing so anyway.
Also, Twig, you would be kind of over here.
Or actually, maybe I am. Yeah, I'll try and do that.
Okay.
I think.
Give me an athletics check. All right, you take 1 piercing and 1 poison as you climb up here. And give me 1 more athletics check as you move the second portion of your movement. Okay, this time you nearly fall off, but you manage to like hold yourself on there. But again, you kind of scrape yourself with these poisoned thorns, which are kind of like pricking into your skin anyway. You take another 1 piercing and 1 poison. You're able to hold on though. So 10. So essentially, you are up to 22 of 44.
Oh, wait.
That's
Okay,
just
that's
information that really is just you need to make it to 44 in order to climb up there.
Okay.
Oh, I can't like pop that out because it's not an attack or anything. Anyway, that's just some meta information. That's as far as you can make it, but you've made it 4 meters up.
That's including the dash, right?
Yep.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
That's all.
Okay. Yao Mei, give me a perception check.
Okay.
Okay. As you
Somehow very eagle-eyed at this point.
to hold yourself up with the shield, because you're bending low and you're kind of like facing the door, you sort of turned around to face this Treespawn sentinel as it brought its fists down to you. You're nearly pushed into the floor and you stabilize yourself with your shield, and as you're trying to push yourself back up from the floor with your shield, you glance towards the door and you happen to see that just as the Treespawn previously to your south put this wand in its ribcage, there appears to be another one of these wands sticking out of the torso of this Treespawn that is on the ground by the door.
Okay. I might.
Because you see, nobody thought to loot any of the Treespawn.
Well, we didn't have much of a chance, did we?
If you had looted the Treespawn outside of the Grimbower to the south, you would have found a wand amongst
shoot.
them.
Okay. All right.
It occurs to you now that perhaps that might have been the case.
That was a smart choice all along. The one thing we always do.
Yeah, I know. I think sometimes when you don't see the bodies, you forget. So you're like, oh,
Yeah.
right.
Oh yeah, I totally
that's
forgot.
a bit unfair. Sorry about that.
Thought about it, and I'm like, no, they won't have anything on them.
I've thought about that before, and that's
Trees that
partly
have
why I'm
pockets.
trying to like leave them there. But then the skulls weren't appearing for you, so I don't know what to do.
It just was a bit confusing, so that's fair. But yeah, I wouldn't have thought to loot them because I wouldn't have expected them to have anything either.
That's true. They don't look like they have like pocketses or bags or anything.
Yeah.
Nature's pocket.
Yeah,
Rib-rack.
they have nature's pocket. They have lots of nature's pockets.
Nature's pockets, but maybe less gross. more
Or
body
more
horror.
gross.
less gross. Okay. Well, I don't want to move and incur the wrath. If I used my action to disengage, would that disengage me from everyone, or would it be against one person?
It
One
disengages
creature?
you from everyone. But then you've used your action. Do you have
Yeah.
another action surge?
Nope.
Hmm.
Nope. I've used my one. You know what? I'm gonna do it anyway, and as I move, I'm gonna shout out to hopefully people who are just outside the door and can hear me. I can get you in,
Okay.
and hope to God that someone understands. So I guess if I move to there, that'll get me where I need to be, right?
Yes.
And the body's like right in front of me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um.
So I'll do that and I'll try and grab it.
Yeah. I'm gonna say, given that this thing is dead and it's just this wand is just kind of sitting in its kind of skeletal looking rib cage, that you can just grab it as an object interaction. That's fine. You don't need to use an action. So you can grab this wand and pull it out.
Cool. All right. Well, then I will do that. And I've shouted and I've moved a little bit. Actually, you know what? I might take it and stuff it in one of my, like, I've got a few straps and things like a backpack and whatever. Maybe I can try and store it.
Actually, that's a good point, because now that I think about it, you were holding a sword and a shield. So how do you grab it?
I'd have to drop the shield. Yeah. You know what? I'm going to do it. This is a bad choice. I'm going to die, but that's fine.
The only thing is that the Dreadclaw... Okay, let me think. I don't want to be too much of an
hoping at
asshole,
least
but
with
it
the
does
dread claw, I
specifically
can like
say
scoop it up almost with the knuckles.
Yeah, so the thing is, where is it? It says
Dread claw
it is
machine.
too large and unwieldy to perform actions that require precision, such as using most tools and drawing spell components from a component pouch. However, it can hold a shield. So
Okay.
I guess the thing I'm wondering is, are you able to get this giant claw in through the sort of ribs of this thing or through whatever bit of it and kind of grab this this
I'm
one?
gonna have to make the less smart choice and drop my sword.
Okay.
I'm gonna do it. I'd rather have people come in and do the magics than have two people outside who might be ambushed.
Okay.
So yeah, I've shouted, I've dropped my sword, I've gone for the thing. I'm just gonna unequip my sword real quick. And actually maybe with the rest of my movement I kind of move back a little bit as well since I've already disengaged.
Yep, you can do that. And you do still have a regular bronze scimitar as well, but your flaming sword is now on the ground, still flaming.
Yeah.
And just you see all this kind of flickering light.
Would I have been able to throw it actually?
The sword?
Yeah.
Not as an attack.
Instead of just drop it. No,
Oh,
not
yeah,
as,
yeah,
not
you
as an
can-
attack, just like to up against the wall, maybe near me. So it's like, maybe it's here instead. Like as I move, maybe I've just kind of tossed it to the side. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really... Well, so where are you? You're just trying to throw it to where you are now? Give me a dex check.
Yes, maybe just like in the square next to me, the open one right by the door.
Yeah, because usually, you know, like dropping an item is a free action, you know, but like kind of throwing something is a bit more involved.
Okay.
I'll say for this, it's just going to be like pretty easy. I'll just do like
Okay.
DC.
And it was a check?
12. Yep. Dex check.
Okay.
Nice. That's probably even too high. I mean, you just kind of like, I don't know. Now that I'm reflecting on it, I don't even know if I should ask for a check. I don't know. I have to have a think about it. But yes, you are able to do that. You throw it over here into the corner.
I don't mind doing the roll. Like I think it makes sense. But it's like if I'm trying to throw it in the direction I'm moving, maybe I can do it as I'm kind of moving towards the body.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. It's kind of like where logic starts to like clash with the rules, and then I kind of go like, which do I go with? I'm trying to shift away from being too lawful. But
More
only
neutral?
a little bit. Yeah, a little bit more true
I was
neutral.
gonna say. That's exactly what I was gonna say.
I can be pretty lawful for a so-called true neutral GM. I'm pretty rules heavy. Okay, yes, you're able to do that, and Vindaros kind of sees everything that you're doing, and can see that you have this wand. You aren't able to stow it though, as well as dropping your sword.
No, I'm still I'm holding the wand.
You're holding the wand
at this point. Yeah.
All right, Vindaros.
Is stowing my spear an action?
No, just an object interaction. Because it's just a weapon.
Okay. That might stuff me up a bit. Because I would like to take the up attack, move into this position. I'll explain to you what I would like to do.
Okay.
Drop my spear on the floor.
Yep.
And grab the wand off the Yao Mei as an object interaction.
Will Yao Mei let you do that? I'm sure she will. I mean, he will.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then with
drop your spear.
my
Yep. Okay.
drop my spear.
Yep.
Object interaction.
Yep.
Object interaction. Grab the wand.
Yep.
From Yao Mei and target the door.
Yes.
To open the door.
You merely
That's my
need to point this wand at the door and focus on it with intention, wishing it to open, and indeed it does. As you run over here, this Treespawn that you were engaged with takes a swipe at you, but it misses. You move too fast for it as you clamber over these mushrooms. Ready, as you're climbing up here, you see below you, the door open. You smell again this waft of kind of heavy, dense air, rotting air, kind of come blowing out of this door, and all of a sudden you can hear the screeches and whistling growls of these creatures, and the conflict within. It's no longer muffled, so you can tell that the door has been opened.
And if I can, continue with some movement as well.
Yep.
As well. Actually, no, I might protect Yao Mei at the door. How wide's this door? Am I right in the middle there? Yeah, right there. Move into
it's
that
like
position.
a 2-meter door. I'll get rid of this guy.
I don't want 1, 2.
But just don't forget the corpses. The corpses, the corpses.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Sorry. I'm just trying to work out. Sorry. I was there. 1. That's 3. That's the maximum amount of movement. Okay. Yes, I'll go there. End turn.
Okay. All right. This one down here is going to chase you, and it's going to claw at your back as you run around here. It misses. And this one is going to stomp over some of these mushrooms and claw at you, Yao Mei, and it hits.
Oh dear.
It gets really good.
Yep. Yep, it does.
And-
It certainly does.
Oh, it could have been worse. 9 slashing.
Oh boy.
Okay, and Vindaros, you notice that Yao Mei is looking pretty unwell as this creature's claws just like tear through his flesh. Twig.
Okay. Twig sees the green, creepy green light, and he's gonna drop.
You're gonna drop.
He's gonna drop.
Okay. You can drop as a free action from 7 meters. You will take
Okay.
8 bludgeoning damage. Gah.
Okay.
Wait, did I just... Oh no, you took that hit. Okay, sweet.
Yep. Okay. Then he's gonna run here.
Okay.
And you see this guy?
Yes. Yeah, you can see
Okay.
whatever you can see.
Okay, good. I'm gonna do a firebolt. Yeah, I'm gonna firebolt him.
Oh, sorry. When you said, "Can you see him?" Did you mean to
sorry.
say, "Does he have any cover?"
Yes.
he
He does.
does, but you still hit him.
Okay, sorry. I meant to not add on the 1d4 to my attack. It would
Oh.
be 4 plus 8, 12.
12. 12 still hits.
Oh, okay, good. Damage.
And he catches on fire. Wait, 15 damage? Mm-hmm. Nice. He goes up in flames.
Oh,
Falls to the
he's dead.
ground.
Okay,
He's dead.
great. I'm gonna get that sweet hit points.
Oh, yeah. Oh, so you can use the Soul Reaping Staff as well?
Yep.
And then you also have, what is it? Grim Harvest? How many times can you do that? Is that what you
Grim
meant?
Harvest. Oh, yeah, I just meant the Soul Reaping Staff, but
Oh.
yeah, just the
Well.
Soul Reaping Staff.
But you can also use Grim Harvest. You can use it once per turn. When you kill one or more creatures with a spell of first level or higher, you gain
So I
hit
can
points.
double up.
Yeah. It doesn't say it takes an action or anything like that.
Yeah, right. Cool. Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
So how much do
No,
you
I
gain?
can't use it because it's not a leveled spell.
Wait, what isn't a level spell?
Firebolt.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You have to kill. Oh, you can't use the staff. You mean?
No, I can't use the Grim Harvest.
Oh, okay.
Spell used has to be 1 first level or higher.
Okay. And the staff, though, is that.
The
does that
staff
allow you
is
to use a cantrip?
1d4 for cantrips.
Okay,
Yep,
sweet.
and 1d6 for spells.
All right, cool. Give yourself a 1d4. You already did that?
It was a 3 that I had for my necrotic damage. I
Okay,
regained
cool.
that.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Thanks, everyone. I appreciate it. All right. Anything else?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, this tree spawn in here is going to run over here and try to attack. Actually, hold on. No, it's not. It's just going to run directly for Yao Mei this way and claw at Yao Mei. Misses, thankfully. How does it miss?
I'd like to think at this point he's a little unsteady, you know, looking pretty injured, but almost accidentally knocks the attack out of the way with his shield as he kind of spins around to face the creature that's coming for him.
All right, and it just
Like
kind of looks
almost
a bit like
clumsily, just like whack.
confused or something. Like, oh.
Yeah.
All right. We're all just going to cluster into a big crowd of assailants, and that one misses Vindaros. Okay, this sentinel actually is able to reach Vindaros from where it is, and it is going to try to smash down on you as well with one of its fists. Just and it hits, and it does 13 bludgeoning damage, and give me a strength save, DC 13.
Yep.
God.
Strength.
Nice. You're okay. How do you stay upright?
It just like an earthquake, like spreads his like stance, readies himself. He feels a bit naked without his spear because he dropped it in there. So he's just got his shield and his wand.
All right. Maybe this
And do we
thing,
need
as
to
you're
do
kind
the
of like
dex save?
running in this direction, it just kind of like hits you on the back and like sort of pushes you forward towards the door, but you're able to like hold yourself steady. The dex save is not actually from the. I only flavored it that way previously. This time, give me a con save, as all of these spores from you guys and also these tree spawns sort of trampling over these mushrooms are ejected into the air and go this cloud of fungal spores. Yeah, give me a con save. DC 10. Nice, you're fine. Just coughing a little bit. Okay, ready. You're 4 meters up.
I jumped down.
Okay,
I dropped.
so you will take just 2 bludgeoning damage.
How'd I go inside? Oh! Let's green flame shillelagh. Symbiolele. I will attack the big guy, I guess.
All right. Uh, 26 hits. And I'm going to need to break down the damage of this. It's starting to get... because you're attacking with your quarterstaff, right?
Yep. Would you prefer me to just do them separately?
Can you give me the quarterstaff damage separate from everything else? I mean, we can... If you just roll the damage, maybe,
Yeah,
maybe we can
it
work
shows
it
them.
out.
It shows them.
It does show
separately there.
them.
Is that the right one? Green flames. Sorry.
I just always
that's
find
right.
it confusing as fuck.
This should be correct.
Okay, so the... Oh yeah, okay, so it's 6 bludgeoning. Okay. So your quarterstaff sort of bounces back a little bit. You think this thing is a bit resistant to your bludgeoning damage. But it looks pretty unhappy about the rest of the damage as well, in particular. And it turns its like big head towards you and like opens its mouth and like kind of like chomps in the air. Just like
I think the one next to it, I think, should take 1 fire damage as well from the green flame.
1 fire damage. Okay. And just give me a second. I realize I just slightly incorrectly did something. The quarterstaff actually just bounces off this thing, I'm going to say.
Okay.
You actually feel like the bludgeoning damage doesn't do anything to this creature. The fire damage is... Does it say in Green Flame Blade if it will set alight anything that is flammable?
Not that I can see.
Give me a d20. Okay. These flames are not sustained for very long on these creatures. Anything else?
Yes, I will cast Healing Word at 2nd level on Yao Mei.
Nice.
Good luck. Oh, no.
Okay. Yao Mei. As this healing energy floods through your body.
So, fair warning, my foundry has just crashed, so I'm not going to be able to do anything right now.
All right, that's all right. We'll take your orders and play for you. I'll give you.
Thank you.
+8.
Thank you very much. What I wanted to do was, first of all, use my second wind to heal myself as well.
All right.
Which is my bonus action.
Yep.
And then I will pick up my sword again.
Yep, you can do that.
Oh, okay. I might actually be back on Foundry. We'll have to wait and see. Seems to be loading, so.
Okay, but I've given you the healing from both sources and you've picked up the sword.
Great.
This is the flaming sword?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I'll say it's still a light.
If I pick up my sword, is that object interaction or would that be considered my action?
You can do that as an object interaction.
Okay, cool. Because I'd also like to attack, and I think I'm back, so I think I can try and do this for myself again.
All right.
Thank you for stepping in.
That's okay.
Literally, my PC just decided to die at exactly the right time.
I'm surprised I've gone this many sessions without a complete crash, especially all the crap that I have to run while I'm doing this.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
Which one are you targeting?
I'm going for the one that's just come up on the side of me.
This one?
I can't see the map. I'm so sorry.
Okay. That's all right.
The one next to the wall.
Okay.
Okay.
That is a miss.
Okay. Well, then I will try again with my extra attack for the same one.
That's a hit.
Okay, great. And add the +1 fire since you said it was still going.
Okay, so 6 damage and roll me a d20.
Okie dokie.
Okay, this one is ignited as well.
Yeah. All right. And that is the end of my turn.
All right, Vindaros.
Okay. Drinking the potion, is that... Sorry, I should know this. Object interaction or an action?
You can do that as an action or a bonus action, but if you do it in melee range, an enemy can use a reaction to attempt to knock it out of your grasp. You risk losing the potion if it does succeed at that.
Okay. I will... Oh, so it could be a bonus action as well. Okay.
Yeah.
So as an action... Oh, I'll disengage,
Okay.
move back a couple of steps, and the action would be. Sorry, and the bonus action will be drink the potion.
Yep.
And the
you can do it.
potion is Potion of Fire Breath.
Oh,
Nice. Does it describe
Yeah.
what it does? It's not
No,
posting
it
it.
doesn't. Yeah, I didn't have it on.
It's not in your inventory either.
No, it just has the title. I'm not sure if that's something that I had to figure out in gameplay.
If you hover over it shows it, but it just, I don't know why it doesn't post it. I've seen this issue before. Okay, so after
if
drinking
I-
the potion, you can use a bonus action to exhale fire at a target within 6 meters of you. And it'll
Do I
make a
know?
dex save, or it'll take 46 fire damage,
oh.
or half. And you have 3 exhalations before the fire in your
Sure.
lungs or your belly go away.
Could you post that for me quickly?
It doesn't let me post it either.
Oh,
Wait, hold
if
on.
I hover over the top,
hold on,
it doesn't say.
I'll just copy and paste it.
It just says potion.
Really?
If I hover over the top of it, yeah.
I don't understand. Anyway, I've stopped like updating Foundry because they released a new D&D system update, which just like changed everything, and I was like, "Fuck, I don't have the time for this. I'm gonna leave it at this for the rest of the campaign." So we might have to just put up with this particular bug for a while. But yeah, that's what it does.
No problem. And end turn. Thanks.
Okay. Alright. This one here is just going to try to claw at Yao Mei. Misses. Twig.
Okay, Twig is going to shoot a firebolt at this guy.
Alright.
Okay. Okay, so
That actually causes a spell surge.
that causes a spell surge, and that damages my staff. doesn't
No,
it?
actually, because you have the Indigon crystal protects your staff.
Yeah, okay.
And so
the
this
crystal-
firebolt kind of explodes as your staff is casting it, like, but then the energy of this fiery mote is kind of spins around you and is like drawn into your pack, your gear, and disappears where you believe the Indigon crystal must be. And so you can give an extra charge to your +1 Indigon crystal.
Okay, sweet. I got it. Okay. In that case, I guess maybe what I can do instead is to throw this Indigon crystal that I have. Oh, can I reach into my pack to grab it, or is that an
That'll
action?
take an action.
Okay.
But I mean, I just said that the Indigon crystal was in your pack. It is small. I don't know how many things you can kind of carry on your, in your pockets and things. It's up to you whether you feel you would have that in hand. Like in a pocket, in a reachable pouch or something.
Not sure. Maybe
Okay.
not. Yeah.
Alright. I think that would also take an action anyway, wouldn't it? Yeah. As in to smash the crystal.
Yeah. Okay.
If I remember.
End turn.
Okay. Alright. This Treespawn here is on fire, so it's going to take 1d4 damage. Takes 2 fire damage. It is going to actually use an action to extinguish these flames. It just tries to like pat itself down. And it will be successful immediately, but it uses its action to do that. This Treespawn here is going to... It actually sees... It sees Twig casting these fireballs at it. little motes of fire. It is actually going to run up to here, and it is going to attempt to attack you, Twig. Hits.
Okay.
For 6 slashing.
Okay.
Alright. Big motherfucker is going to try to slam you. Ready. Prepare for a slam. I hope it misses.
Oh.
It misses.
Oh.
How do you resist this slam?
Reddy just dives out of the way. He's like, no.
And this thing just goes like into the ground, and the whole room shakes. Oh, sorry, Tara, you were right. The dex, it does have a dex check for itself as well for the slam attack. My bad. I was getting confused between the dex check I had asked for previously for the lair and this one. But it's actually a strength save, so ready, give me a strength save or you fall prone. And I think it's just ready and this other Treespawn that needs to do it.
I think I was also confused. I may have used like weird wording because we had a few things in a very short succession.
Nice, ready. Even though you dive out of the way, you're able to like stabilize yourself,
Like
stable yourself,
my feet.
spring back up. But this Treespawn actually is like knocked over by this shaking.
August Treespawn.
Okay, at this point, Reddy and Yao Mei, the vines on the floor begin sort of writhing up around you and wrapping around your legs. Give me a strength save as you try to pull yourselves out of the position that you're in and avoid being grappled by these vines. Just a DC 8.
Oh, okay, just a DC 8. It's like,
Sorry.
My friend.
Sorry, what save was that?
Strength save.
Strength. Okay. Sorry, I'm still having some issues with Foundry. With it's a bit delayed.
Okay, you're alright though. Ready.
Reddy will move. Can I clarify the rule about moving through allies?
It's just difficult terrain, so just 2 meters to move through an ally.
Reddy will move here in that case.
Alright.
He will attack this one.
The one that's prone?
Yep.
Nice. And you got advantage.
Ooh.
Nice.
Well, I don't know how this is going to work with dice now. It might be all wrong.
Oh yeah, because... Wait, hold on. What did it... Roll 2d20 KH plus 5 plus 3.
Keep highest?
Keep
plus
high.
What's that?
5. Keep highest.
Oh, keep highest. Oh yeah, okay. Nice. I didn't even know that.
I'll see what the damage says and then we can fix it, I guess.
So it's all part of the same attack though, so it should double it all. Right?
Well, I don't know. It seems... I don't know, dubious given it's... Some of it's from the symbiotic...
Oh yeah, the
entity.
symbiotic entity... Oh no, that's just added to... That's also like as part of the damage, isn't it? Like what does it say?
Let me send everything. Oh, I want that back there. That's the symbiotic entity. And then Shillelagh.
Your melee weapon attacks deal an extra 1d6 necrotic damage. Yeah, I'm going to say it's all doubled. So this thing will take 11 damage. And I'm going to say that it's on 1 hit point. You set it on fire, it dies. It dies as well. Goes up in flames. The only thing is... Yeah, no, that's all good. Symbiotic entity does necrotic damage. Okay, cool.
Oh, I forgot. Does the 1 damage spread to this guy as well?
Yeah.
Yay!
But I'm going to say, seeing as I already had this one down here catch on fire, that this one doesn't catch on fire. It will just take the 1 damage.
And I will move back in that case.
Okay. Yao Mei.
Oh, sorry, I might cast Healing Word as well.
Oh, yeah.
How is Ayame looking? I don't know if she's still like bleeding. If he's still bleeding.
He's still bloodied. I've left it on because he's still not the best, but he's doing a lot better. He does look a lot better than before.
I'll give him another Healing Word.
Oh, thank you.
You're doing great, Ayame. Keep it up.
Thank you.
Yay.
Nice.
Okay.
Aw, thank you.
Okay, Yao Mei. Once again, healing energy washes over you.
He's looking great. I think all the blood has stopped flowing at this point, and he's looking a lot more stable. So with this one, oh, good, thank you. You just removed the one that I was about to ask which one was dead around me, because I'm still having issues trying to see what's going on. Okay, so I'm going to go for the guy that was on fire by the wall next to me.
Okay.
And I'm going to try and attack him again. Would you say 10 minutes has not yet hit us? We're still on round 5, so...
Yeah, we're fine.
By my account, we're like a minute in.
Yeah.
Just about.
21 hits.
All right, cool. I did not add the +1 to that. My bad. So
That's
it
all
should be
It's
3
dead.
damage.
That kills it.
Yeah.
Collapses into this heap of mushrooms.
And can I see the guy just outside the doorway?
Yeah.
/ is he in partial cover if I stay where I am?
No. Because you're just around the corner. I used to do it that it was disadvantage, but I realize it's just disadvantage for both of you, so all it does is just slows everything down. So, no,
Okay.
It's just a normal attack. You can just attack around the corner. Just as it can.
Actually, you know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go for big boy over here. I'm going to move towards him.
This one will take a swipe at you as you run over there.
That's fine. I'll take that.
Okay. It hits.
Okay.
6 slashing.
I'm newly healed and confident. I'm fine. Thanks to Retty's very, very diligent healing abilities. I'm just going to click on that one again, because scrolling seems to break things for me today. So I'm going to go for... Does that hit?
That hits, yes.
Cool. And I'll remember to add the +1 this time.
Okay, -7. It's slashing damage, so you're all good. And give me a d20.
All right.
I'm going to increase the DC a little bit because that'll do it.
That's fair. I mean, he's a big boy. He's probably more sturdy than the others.
I also kind of think that your weapon is not really... Like, I don't know if it would necessarily ignite. You know what I mean? I mean, if you, like, hacked at a tree with, like, a flaming sword, I don't think the tree would go up in flames.
No.
Okay.
It might ignite some bark a little bit. But
Yeah. Anything else?
It's not the same. No, that's it for me.
All right. Vindaros.
Vindaros would like to stow his shield, put his shield away, and the wand.
That takes an action, I think.
That's fine. And if I get another weapon, that's another action.
That's a weapon is just an object interaction.
Okay, so as an action, stow his shield. You haven't seen that before. Stow his shield and the wands away.
Where
And
is your
he
shield? I can't even... oh, it's all the way down here. Sorry, my bad. All right, you stow your shield. I've
you've done it? Cool.
Yep.
Perfect. Let's drop that. That's perfect. Yeah. And the wand, stow that away. And he wants to take out his great axe.
It's an object interaction to stow the wand.
Okay. That's fine. I'll do that
You
as
can
well.
drop it though for free if you wish.
No, that's fine for the moment.
right.
because his next round he'll use his object interaction to get up his great axe.
Okay.
And the fire breath, is that just targets one person? That's not a cone or a...
No, I think
just
it is
wanted
a
to clarify.
cone, actually, if I...
Oh, it is a cone?
Where is it? Where is it?
It just says to exhale fire at a target within
Oh,
6
yeah, okay.
meters.
Exhale fire at a target within 6 meters of you. Nice. Yeah, okay, cool. So you can just target one creature. Almost just like... Especially with your trunk.
Yeah. Direct it. What I would like to do is, because it's a bonus action as well, I would like to move into that position and direct it, the bonus action, at the big boy. A
Nice.
fiery blast from his trunk.
Okay, so it will make a dex save, DC 13. And it is big and lumbering and not quick to move. And definitely is not able to get out of the way of this
Cool. So,
fire coming out of your trunk. I'm sorry, where is the fire coming out of?
yeah, no, it was his trunk. I don't know.
Alright.
I actually selected. Oh, it said +4.
No, it's 4d4, I think.
So it's 4d4, yeah.
Just
Sorry.
re-roll, that's fine. Oh no, it's 46. 46 fire damage.
Okay. Sorry, it's just stuff. What's going on? What's going on?
I think.
Okay.
13.
So, sorry, there was a -4 in there for some reason. I actually done -4 by accident.
Okay. Shit, now I've done something by accident.
21.
So it's
I'll do that. So what is it, 21?
sorry, no, I'm not
Somebody
sure what
said-
21. It's 17.
Somebody, okay.
6,
17.
4, 4, 3.
Is
Yeah.
it not a +4? Oh.
No, it's
No.
just 46.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. Sorry.
So yeah, that was my mistake when I was trying to do multiples. I went plus, not
So what is it?
17
17. Okay.
fire damage.
Alright, and it doesn't say anything about ignition either, this potion, so give me a d20. I don't think it does.
Okay.
It doesn't say anything in the description.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's not enough to ignite this creature. But it is nevertheless briefly engulfed in flames, and it looks severely singed like a tree that's been through a bushfire as it kind of takes a step back. It almost takes a knee, in fact, as like, yeah, a whole like portion of its torso and the side of its face and down its arm go like black and kind of crispy, like kind of harden up as its bark is like fried. And it is looking definitely on the lower end of its health. Anything else?
No thanks.
All right, Twig.
Okay, Twig is... does this little guy look damaged at all?
He looks pretty healthy.
Okay. I'm gonna hold a dead on him.
Okay.
So he needs to pass DC 16, wisdom saving throw.
Passes.
Why is he so wise? Okay, so he
He
doesn't
just
get
like
anything.
he screams at you as you try to like channel this sonic energy at him.
Okay. What do I do? I guess I'll stay where I am. Enter.
Okay. I realize it's like necrotic damage. I think I always think of this as like sonic energy, but it occurs to me that maybe
Yeah.
it's kind of more like the bells of like churches ringing as you kind of cast this like necrotic energy at this creature. You know, it's like... Okay. It's going to, after screaming at you, it's going to try to take a swipe at you. And it hits for
Okay,
4 slashing.
acceptable.
Acceptable. Okay, this sentinel is going to... It's on fire, so it's going to take a little bit of fire damage. Takes the full 4. And it's then going to... It's going to return... Sorry?
If it's going to attack anyone other than me, I'd like to impose disadvantage using my shield.
Okay, you can attempt to knock its hand out of the way as it tries to retaliate against Vindaros for this fire breath. And so it'll attack Vindaros with disadvantage and misses.
Yes.
Nice. It just like hits the ground. Because you knock it out of the way, it just actually doesn't even hit the ground. It nearly hits Reddy. Reddy, you have to like duck out of the way as this big fist is just it's like pushed over your head. As it does this, it actually hits the wall to the right of Reddy, and the whole room shakes again. So everyone give me a dex save as you have to jump out of the way of more of these droplets of poisonous liquid that fall from the ceiling. It's strength save DC 8. Oh no, sorry, dex save DC 9.
I don't have to do it, right?
Yeah, no, you're okay. You're outside. Okay, Yao Mei, you take a little bit of poison damage. 2 poison damage.
I imagine my shield's too far away to like cover me again.
Oh yeah, you're overextended. And you just get these drops on the side of your head. All right, ready.
Same old same. No.
Miss.
Sad. Well, that's it for Reddy.
It just kind of like pushes you back and destabilizes you as you take a swing at it. Yummy.
Same old for me. Going for all reliable.
That's a hit.
It's a good start. +1.
Okay. 5 and give me a D20 roll. Pretty high DC.
Okay.
Nice, that'll do it. Oh, it's already ignited anyway. So
Double ignite.
Double ignited.
Or maybe just the flame doesn't like fizzle out because it's maybe a little smaller and localized.
Yeah, it's kind of reignited.
Cool.
Second attack?
Yep.
Miss.
Damn. Well, that is the end of my turn. Maybe actually I'll move one over before I just over to this side slightly.
Okay.
Leave a bit more room for my friends.
Oh, that is a used reaction, I see. Is that what that is?
Yeah, I can take that off now.
Okay. Vindaros.
So, object interaction, Vindaros takes out his bronze great axe.
Nice.
2-hand. He's going to actually turn around and attack the one that he passed on the way through to begin with.
Okay.
Sorry, attack. Oh,
Oh,
so
no.
he hits the bronze scrap. Okay.
Yeah, it hits the wall, and so it's going to be a little bit damaged.
Nice. I don't know the
I'll
make
add
of
the
these
minus-
bronze weapons.
-1 to it.
That's his first attack. Second attack.
No!
2 ones.
Oh fuck!
What? Oh my god.
Are you fucking?
You're just trying to like hack at this thing, and it just kind of keeps moving away from you. It's like turned back towards you after to like look at you like blowing this fire, and it just sort of like jumps out of the way. And both times you just like hit the side of this this root wall, and it just
So is that
rings out
-2 now?
through this whole area.
On that
Yes,
weapon?
I've given it -2.
Okay. No worries. And then he's just gonna look at his axe and just fire breath. Trumpet blast.
All right.
That one there.
So what is it? Dex
Dex
save. DC. What was it? 13 or something? Oh, it fails.
Oh, yes.
Nice. It's a 46.
Oh.
Nice. It's kind of like laughing at you in its own whispery, whistly way. And then you just douse it in flames, and its laughter turns to some kind of twisted screaming. It just tries to like turn and flee as it goes up in flames, and it just runs past Twig and sort of stumbles over on the ground and falls flat on its face and just continues to burn.
And 10.
All right, Twig.
It's dead. Okay, good.
Yep.
Oh, excellent. Okay, Twig is gonna...
He kind of wipes his brow.
Okay. Twig is gonna try, he's gonna try to do a firebolt on the big guy.
Okay. This thing is like towering over Retty. It's not hard for you to hit it with this firebolt.
Okay.
That's a hit.
Okay, damage. 1d4, normal. Okay.
How do you kill this sentinel, this towering sentinel?
He like raises up his staff and like lines up this guy's eye, his right eye, and like speaks his firebolt words, and like it goes right in his eye, like through the back of his skull. And
Nice.
A little firework behind him.
I think I originally said that this creature doesn't have any eyes, but we'll say that as it's kind of trying to attack like Reddy and Vindaros and Yao Mei, that it appears to have these kind of flaps, this sort of like leafy flaps that kind of like lift up a little bit, and you can see these like glowing like green bulbs inside as they're kind of like flicking around, like looking at what's going on. And you're able to just get this fireball like directly in there just as one of these like flaps lift up, and it just catches up and just burns the flap right off and just kind of takes off like gets underneath the eye, and just like sure enough like you can kind of see the whole head like glowing and this like fire inside of its mouth, as well as it like opens its jaws to like let out this roar, but like no sound comes out as its whole head is lit up and then just like goes up in flames, and it just like stumbles back and like falls over backwards and just like comes crashing down and just lies there dead as this flame like spreads throughout the rest of its torso and burns it the rest of the way. And as it ceases to move, it falls reasonably quiet in this room.
Oh.
And there are still many corpses lying about.
The search corpse.
Loot him. We're not doing that again.
These guys are walking trees. They don't have shit. Why would you loot these corpses?
Any more wands that we find?
You find one of these wands on each of them.
Ah, okay,
Ooh.
so they each have one.
Can I take a one? Can Twig take a one?
So, guys, what you do is you point it at the door and you go, okay, open. Close.
Oh. Does it close? Don't. No. Oh, I need to get in.
Open.
Oh, thank goodness. I'm coming in. Okay.
Yao Mei and I get like PTSD. He's like, oh.
The light, I must see it.
Okay.
And yeah, so as you come in here, you see these, you're well familiar with these thick knotted vines and everything on the floor. But you have a little bit more time to kind of look at these walls that are covered in these thick vines that are sort of, some of them are kind of pulsing, as if like the kind of lump of pulse is sort of like traveling along some of these vines, almost as though they're like pumping like fluids or some sort of matter through them. And you can see that there are many corpses around the room, humanoids and animals. There's a horse that you see in this patch of mushrooms, and there are also limbs and cut up bodies and things that are sort of being held in the walls by these roots. And it looks like some of these roots are kind of like penetrating the rotting flesh of these corpses, and it almost appears as though they're sort of like pumping like fluids out of these bodies and absorbing them into this building. And this whole room also is, as I mentioned, lit up primarily by this glowing core. And it's there's not much sunlight penetrating into this room, but it almost looks like it's kind of transporting glowing photosynthates from above and pumping them into this room, as it's also like pumping blood and fluids, water and whatnot out of these creatures and probably out of this river nearby. And it's just very moist in here. You can hear all this kind of fluidy, gooey sounds. Yeah, you can also see over here, as you get closer to it, what looks like formed out of vines and wood. It's unclear if this structure has been built or if it's just been sort of naturally formed by all of these elements in this Grimbower coming together to form what looks like a staircase leading downwards. And you also see a similar staircase but leading upwards down on the other side of the Grimbower on this ground floor room. And yeah, you don't see much else in this room. That's about it.
Should we start firing it? Stopping this fluid stuff?
They said that we had to. It was below the Grimbower, underneath.
The hardest below. But if we
Rickus, I think.
Rackus? Rackus? I don't really know how to pronounce it.
But if we start here, maybe we can weaken the whole system above us. Maybe it'll be easier. Maybe not with your fire breath. I think your breath is good to save. But I can start with my stabby stab.
Wait, to set the whole thing on fire?
No, just to stop the flow of the fluids through all the bodies. And I kind of illustrate my point by going to one of the nearest limbs and just kind of seeing if I can burn up that little section that's taking whatever.
So you try to like kind of hack at it with your sword?
Yeah, I guess.
This column of spiked growths and vines and things in the middle of the room, do you mean?
Not the gigantic one, just one of the outside walls.
If you hack at one of the outside walls, maybe you make a little bit of a nick. But these vines, again, just kind of move a little bit, rise a little bit, and kind of tighten. You don't feel like you've done much damage to the walls.
Okay. Well, never mind then.
Vindaros would like to lay on hands as well. Yao Mei for 8 and himself for 7 points.
Would there be any spare for Twig at all? Just I don't know how to put the bloodied condition on. It's not working.
Twig, were you?
I didn't realize you were bloodied.
You can communicate anyway. You can just. But Twig, were you healing yourself with all of those fire bolt attacks? Okay.
No, not at the beginning because I didn't have any damage.
Right. But
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But I did do whatever I could do.
Yeah, it's a pretty small amount of healing, really.
Okay.
You help Twig. I'm fine.
Just
I'll give 8. Oh, we'll go 5 each.
Thank you.
Is that not including a Yao Mei?
Yes. No, sorry, that's including the Yao Mei.
Including. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh well, thank you.
Retty. I'm not going to leave Retty out. How you
No,
feel?
no. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling
Okay.
pumped. Ready for more. The wave will come about.
I might also in this time, before we move on, bring out my very delicate, where is it? Indigon crystal, and bring it for Yao Mei and smash it on these vines. And what happens is that when a creature absorbs the energy, when it's shattered, it gains a bonus to all its ability scores, and all damage it deals is magical until the end of a long rest.
Yeah. Okay, so you're smashing the +1 crystal? No, the +3 crystal.
Yeah, because that's the one that's full.
All right, nice. And you're directing the energy into a Yao Mei?
Yeah.
All right.
Does that make sense? Yeah.
So a Yao Mei, what this does is basically gives you +3 on all of your abilities. So strength, dex, con, int, wisdom, and charisma.
Oh
And
my
it makes
goodness,
all of
okay.
your attacks magical.
Okay, sorry. Can you repeat that so I can actually like write it all down? So all
I'll just do
attacks
it
are
for
magical. Oh, okay.
you. So strength
thank you.
is 18. Dex is 16. Con is 15. 16 for int. 14 for whiz. 13 for charisma.
Okay, so once I take a long rest, I just have to deduct 3 from each one again.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Good.
And yeah, you see when you like smash this Indigon crystal, like all of this power, this energy, this indigo energy, like just kind of comes swirling out of it. It's got all of these little star-like specks in it, almost like it's kind of got this magic powder within it, and it's just kind of sparkling in the air and also sparking as well, like. And you kind of use your knowledge of magic to direct it into a Yao Mei, and it just into his chest, and this glow then envelops him, just this purple energy, this aura just and Yao Mei, you feel wonderful.
You're never gonna rest again.
As I like
Rest.
absorb this whatever into my body, I might just like stand up straight and be like, I can hear colors.
Wow.
I imagine it feels a lot like when you've had too much coffee. And you're just like wired.
I hope I
I think
did.
it feels like when you had
shaking
too
a
much
little bit.
cocaine. Or maybe too much MDMA, I don't know.
I
Bit of
wouldn't know.
everything.
Yeah, a bit
Yeah.
of everything.
I wouldn't know, but something's happening, and I'm
Well,
like,
you know
"Whoa."
now.
Does this destroy the crystal? Do I have it at 0 now?
The crystal
I
was
don't know why
destroyed.
It took
Shattered.
only one. Okay.
Yeah.
I see.
R.I.P. to that crystal, but like that's freaking cool.
Yeah, it's a cool crystal. That's so cool. And I would like to put this finger of withering into my pocket.
Okay.
So it's easy to reach.
I'm gonna grab a wand off one of the Treespawn.
Oh yeah, and also grab a wand.
Yeah, I think we all have a wand at this point,
And
just in case.
Twig, make sure you remove that. Oh, I see. Maybe just hit the little trash
Delete?
can item to
Okay.
remove it. Nice. Finger of withering, equipped, ready, at the ready.
Oh yeah, maybe I'll just equip the things that I want. Put them all in pockets.
Well, just some things might have an effect on you if you equip them as though you are actually
Oh.
holding them or wielding them. I don't know if you.
Bind amber tier with bind rune. I think
Oh,
that's
yeah.
just a little thing.
What do you do?
Can Vindaros have a look at any misfortunate adventurers that have found their way into here. If they got any loot behind.
Yeah, I will say it's a pretty big room. There's a lot of corpses and muck in here. Yeah, give me a perception check.
Okay.
How do you kind of look around exactly? Are you just taking a look, or are you sort of rummaging around with
if
your
he
hands?
finds an adventurous corpse, then he might be wearing a satchel or just poking at him as well.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, give me a perception check. Perception check.
Yeah, what's the horse got?
It has a wand as well.
It's a Treespawn in disguise. Kill it.
Okay, Vindaros, you find... you find the equivalent of 10 gold pieces lying around. Maybe some silver and copper, but yeah, the equivalent of 10.
Okay.
And you find 3 arrows. I don't know if those are really going to be useful to anyone.
We'll take him. I'll take him.
Okay.
Because we have a bow and arrow back. We have a bow and some arrows back at the castle. So we'll just pilfer them and take them back with us.
Yeah. Arrows
All right.
home.
And you also find... Let me see. There's not really going to be much around here, but I'll say that you find a bag of flint.
Okay. Plus, he's also going to pick up his flint spear that he dropped earlier.
Okay. And you've damaged your axe. Nobody is proficient with smith's tools, so nobody can
No.
can like hammer up their bronze weapons.
Lucky there's a smith back at Verdalade
Yep.
who deals with bronze.
Yep.
Okay, guys, I think we should go down
Yep.
The heart.
to the heart.
Agreed.
There's also a dining table upstairs. You know,
Ooh.
if you get hungry.
I don't know if I want to eat what they eat, but
How
I'll
much?
keep it in mind.
Twig, how many seat at the dining table was it upstairs?
How many seated? Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Because I'll be worried if it's a 16-seater or
Oh.
a 4-seater.
It's more like a
There was
30
more
seater.
than.
A 30-seater?
Yeah, more like 30 seats.
Wow.
Or like 20, 25, 30, something like that. It was
Many.
Twig didn't have much time to count, but yeah, like a big dining room with like a big table surrounded by a bunch of other tables.
I think that's definitely worth a look upstairs later. Let's get to
Yeah.
it now.
Wonder if
Can-
they got any potions of healing.
Can we investigate this? Can Vindaros have a look at the stairs as he's going down? As in,
Yeah.
if they're extra slippery.
So these seem to
Traps.
be made out of vines and wood, and if you have a closer look at them, give me an investigation check.
Yeah.
Do you just kind of peer at, or, yeah, how are you investigating them exactly?
Oh, like maybe 1 foot as a time going down to make sure there's no traps or a bit more slippery since it's a bit damp up in the area and so forth.
So just sort of looking for anything notable? Maybe give me a perception check.
Yeah.
Although if you're like testing their weight, I don't even know. Perception's fine.
Okay.
Nice. They do seem to be a bit slick, covered in some kind of slimy liquid and whatnot. But yeah, you notice that you don't think these were like made, you don't think they were crafted. You think these were sort of grown out of the rest of the Grimbower somehow. They're just made of vines and roots and things, and the actual steps themselves are like these. They're like flat wooden planks almost, but they're just they appear to be like growing up out of the side of the building and like growing across in this flat way. There's some definite magic or something at work here. Druidcraft, perhaps, you're not sure. Some kind of alien magic of the Treespawn. But you, aside from that, you don't detect any particular part of these stairs that feel kind of weak or that look like they might give way when you walk on them. You don't notice anything that appears trap-like. Nothing like that.
Okay. Guys, are we heading down? Vindaros would like to continue to move his way.
Ready's gonna cast Elemental Weapon before we get further.
Okay. What does that do? Elemental Weapon. And are you touching your own weapon?
I think so.
I'm sorry.
2 hands? Single-handed? Double-handed?
Just one for now. We'll see if times get dire later on.
Someone had to make the joke. Incredible.
What joke? I just think it's a funny spell.
It's very serious.
100%.
I don't know. Sometimes I'm just talking shit.
But I actually missed your response.
Just on the quarter staff.
Okay.
Just a little bit.
Is that what you call it? Alright. As you begin...
It's not yet a full staff, it's just a quarter.
Give it the 2 hands. Star.
As you descend into darkness and you cast Elemental Weapon, and you kind of, I guess, light up these stairs with this blue light as you're walking down into this dimness. You see at the bottom of the stairs, though, this eerie red light. It looks very dim and dark down there. And you can even see this kind of fog that appears to be sort of rolling up the stairs a little bit out of this area that is lit with this dark red light. And we'll call it there for the session as you descend into darkness. Weapon in hand.
I was gonna make another joke about Freddy's quarterstaff. We moved on.
His staff is leading the way.
What I was gonna say was that if he sits on his hands first, it'll feel like someone else is doing it.
Holding the staff?
Yeah. Yeah. For the quarterstaff, it'll feel like someone else is doing it.
But would anyone? I'm confused. What? All right. What are we at? Level 5? Okay.
Yeah.
That was cool. I was worried when those doors closed.
I wasn't. I was so confident. I was like,
Couldn't even turn into a
fine.
badger.
Really?
Oh, we're gonna see Reddy like world shape. We're like 20 sessions in.
One day.
One day.
I think
I was
I've
just-
figured out. No, go on.
I was just curious, is it one of those traumatic things for Retty? That's why there's a world shape? Like he's done it once and he's like,
I don't even know if he knows he can do it. I don't think he's ever done it.
Oh.
Never tried it before.
Yeah.
You feel the magic building up inside of you, but yeah. Haven't tested it. Alright, so what did we do? We killed a bunch of Treespawn outside. You killed the fungi. We had 3 mostly successful combats You took some pretty serious hits on that third one.
And nobody died or got knocked unconscious.
Yeah, that's true.
Not long now.
No one went down. All right.
And it was touch and go there for a while. That
I
door
was on-
didn't open.
I was on 4 hit points.
Yeah.
I was so close. I was like ready for it. But it was so good.
Okay, I'll give you 5,000 XP in total. So between you, but you have to share it with the dead bat. Just kidding.
RIP to the bat. Once.
That's desolate.
One whole round, guys, I think.
You managed to give the help action successfully and,
Yes,
and get
yes.
out of the way. It worked. It worked. And then Vindaros, you also get some catch-up XP. Another 101 XP. I'll just auto-assign it.
And thanks again to Link for saving Yao Mei's life. And to Vindaros for the same thing. Because it's always you two, and I'm always like, thank you.
I'm like, I was so torn. I'm like, and I've got an extra action to attack. I've got 2 attack actions. We've got to get the door open. It's 1 action. I can command him. If it doesn't work, I can command him again. Open the door.
I was
And
in
Yamo's taking
in
damage. I'm like,
Sorry.
and Yamo's taking damage like everywhere. I'm like, ah.
Yeah. Look, I was like, if I can only hold out until the end of the round because I can heal myself. I just didn't do it on my turn because I forgot about it like a goof.
Even
I should
then,
have done it at the end of my round, and I would have been at least okay-ish to make it another round. But like, yeah, it was touch and go for a second there.
if that big boy hits and connects,
Oof.
Yeah.
That's
It's not-
what I was in the
It's
break.
not
I was
much.
like debating whether or not I should, show you the wand in the corpse on the floor or not, because I was gonna just see if you would kind of like go like, oh, I wonder if there's a wand there as well, or if you'd find a way to like wrestle the wand from the one that was standing up. But when the sentinel hit, I think it was a Yao Mei, and your hit points just went like way down, I was like, oh fuck, okay.
Yeah. I was planning to wrestle the wand away from the one that had it, that I knew had it, because I was like, there's no chance, like, there's not a 100% chance that everyone's got one. I kind of figured maybe there's only one that's got it.
Yeah.
So I was like, worst case scenario, that's what I'm going for. But yeah, you beat me to it.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
I
like
was, I
giving me
was
the
thinking
heads
as
up.
well that it would be reasonable to conclude that there's only one wand. It's kind of like a key or something. Like, so yeah, I was a bit like, I don't know what I should do here. And ultimately, I think.
Thank you
I
for
thought-
sharing.
I thought that was a spellcaster, and he actually was holding
Yeah.
it closed. So maybe I was
yeah.
trying to like, if I could break his concentration, it would open.
Yeah, good
Yeah,
point. I didn't
that's-
even think of that. Like, because
that
I'm
was my
thinking of
thought.
it as a key, but if it's magic, then maybe it is the only one that can like open that.
I was like, there's 2 options here. He's a magic user, or it's a key, and there's like 1 or 2,
Yeah,
but there's no guarantee that everyone's going to have one.
yeah,
So I was like, this seems like a risk I don't want to take. So worst case scenario, I will fight that one, kill him, take the wand, or just try and grapple it off him.
yep.
But yeah.
I didn't
Thank God.
anticipate people trying to climb up the building.
Desperate times.
I could just imagine like your face, like Twig's face. He gets up there, and it's another room. The dining room table, like,
Yeah, I was like, I thought it would be like just the top of the room. Oh,
You just like drop in.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because
Yeah.
I thought you might climb in the beginning rather than try to go through the ground floor doors, perhaps. But yeah, mid-combat at that point, I was like, because obviously I knew that there was no quick way in up there, so I'm like, oh, okay, all right. It was cool that you just like dropped down and took the falling damage. That was a good move.
Yeah, otherwise
Painful,
it would be so
unfortunately, but-
slow. Yeah. No, I mean, it should have been a clue. It's like, oh, you keep on getting damaged when you climb. Maybe don't climb.
Maybe that's not the choice we wanted you to make. But I think it was really interesting, and it was cool to have combat going on inside. There's like obviously doorway blocking some people out, so then they're like, okay, well, what's the alternative way to get in here? Because there has to be one. And they're like exploring and finding an entirely different room with like a very different vibe. It's just like,
It was nice up there, guys. We should have gone there.
bloodstained, but otherwise there's food, there's chairs, there's a nice table. Sounds great to me.
Yeah, it looked like there was food from a distance. Something's in those bowls and plates.
It's like hands or something gross, but like more wands. It's just wands everywhere.
Bet it's vegetables.
Was that the plan to close the door? Like get a few inside and close the door?
No, I didn't plan that.
Okay.
It was a really good way to do it, though.
I didn't even think of that. I just because originally I thought that you would find the wands on the Treespawn corpses, so I thought you would open the door and then you would like rush in and fight them in the room, or I'm not sure. But it didn't occur to me that you would sort of knock on the door by way of like trying to attack it, and then I kind of thought like, I think they would know that you're doing that. You know, they're all sort of interconnected with this tree perhaps, or I don't know exactly, but so. And then it just, two of you were inside, two of you were outside, and I was like,
So
a fine opportunity has arisen. How
I did
evil
try
am
to
I?
prevent that. I was like, I thought if I move out of the way, then people can come in the doorway. But then by the time we got around to it, like not everyone had their turn since that point. So I was like, all right, well,
I just
too
thought,
bad.
what would they do? And like, I think that it makes sense that that's what they do. These assailants are like coming into their Grimbower. It makes sense for them to just be like, what? Fucking close it again. Like,
Yeah, seal it up. Seal it up. Keep them away.
They have excellent engineering.
We need to figure that out for the castle.
Yeah.
Fix the roof, fix the floor, fix everything.
Yeah, but they don't have like any emergency exit buttons on the building.
Very
Cancel for egress.
unsafe.
We could make a nice little carpet for people to sleep on.
Yeah.
It'd be
Maybe
lovely.
we should have a wand next to the door.
Oh yeah, emergency in case of emergency.
Emergency.
Yeah.
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 true.